The button is pressed correctly. Yes, YouTube, I understand how monetization works. They just gave me a fucking tooltip. No, I said an F-bomb. That probably doesn't matter. I'm actually going to be upset if I get caught for that and Lucky doesn't. Because that has absolutely happened before. That's like ad. Well, maybe I should try it out now, but it's ironic because YouTube just gave me a friggin' tooltip for, hey, you can insert ads in the middle of your stream to get extra monetization, and I'm like, yeah, we do that sometimes. We don't really like to break up the flow too much, but you know, if we're gonna take a break or something, we'll run an ad. But YouTube, we've been monetized partners for literally years. Do you think we don't know? Anyway, hey, chat, how you doing? Hold on a sec. I have to go grab my remote. I just remembered my TV is turned down. And if it's turned down, then I can't hear the jams.
I have trouble hearing the jams regardless, but I'm gonna pump up my volume as well. Hey everyone, I hope you're ready for really, really bad accents.
Alright. Well, how's the jam level? Compared to me. Chat, is your jam level good?
I think I could probably turn it up a bit more. Yeah, but Lucky has a secret heart and it has a secret dream in his heart of hearts that he wants to narrate books. So I like to be able to do at least different voices competently.
I could also see myself doing that with my long history of listening to audiobooks and also reading books.
Alright, I turned that up. Even more so than I usually do.
I punched the Elgato up a little bit.
My can is empty.
I can boost me a little, but my sound level is already like way above the Elgato and even desktop. I can make Lucky slightly louder as well. Tell me if anybody gets too loud, y'all. All right, well, clack in here. And we'll get ready to rock and roll. We didn't even get to a to be continued last time because we spent 3.5 hours on our first 3 witnesses. And also telling the jury, no, wait, please don't do that. I haven't even had time to do any work yet.
15 minutes to be like, to be continued. And be like, God damn it.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't think it'll be that short because, you know, we've put our client on the witness stand to remind everybody. Magnus McGilded.
Magnus McGilded. Bleh.
So he has to do the normal stuff, but yeah, still, it was a full sesh. All right.
That was you.
Yeah, I know. I gotta summon up the voice. See, there's no like loading or transitions now. It's not a normal scene break. I gotta immediately go into the juice. Am I really quiet? Let me make sure I've got everything positioned. Because I actually turned me up, and I stayed turned up. I'm hitting the yellow on my whatever. If you're hearing like slight inconsistencies where I'm talking normally, hey, now I'm quiet. That's because what I did just there is I moved my face like 2 inches to the right, so it was no longer pointed directly into the microphone. And I will occasionally do that while trying to read things or look at chat. So, but okay. You know, he says, "Order, order. Let proceedings be resumed." Mr. McGilded, have you been listening to the discourse of the day? Ooh. I got me some alliteration going on. To be sure I have, my lord. There are now 2 matters on which the court desires to hear from you. 1, did you do it? 2, how'd you do it? Hold on, Your Honor. I think that second one's a leading question. The first is whether or not there was a third party in the omnibus cabin as proposed by the defense, a.k.a. the second shooter theory. Or stabber, if you will. Wow, Judge, it's gonna give me a second to get back, Judge. I'm losing it.
Already concerned.
Harumph, harumph, harumph. The second is that if such a person was indeed present, why did you conceal this fact from the police?
I think the answer is, I was fucking asleep, you daft wit.
Don't make me use my judicial laser beam eyes on you. Irish, Begad, no, 'tis not my nature to hide anything at all.
Just answer the questions, please.
All right, Lucky coming out swinging.
I'm trying.
The truth of the matter is, I've been desperate about this all along. Do I tell you all, or do I keep my mouth shut? Also, do I keep JoJo posing?
Everyone loves JoJo posing.
Tell us what, Mr. McGilded. Thank God, I, Ryunosuke, have a normal voice.
Bleh.
That would stick up me a little bit.
I said I was gonna do it every time.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's like whenever you would forget that we called him Lerp, and every time somebody would say his name, you were like, heh Lerp. Heh bleh. A fine fellow representing me is absolutely right. Sorry, hold on. Let me reposition this mic stand slightly. My pop filter is scooching all over the place. There we go. Okay.
There we go.
All right. Hey, the carriage on the night with myself and one other man. There was another passenger. It's true? Oh, no. An urchin. Aye, and 'twas me who helped the little urchin get away after all happened. You... What? Nani? Bleh.
Bleh. No, Magnus McGilded. That convenient excuse can't save you now.
I'm truly sorry, so I am Lord Van Zykes. I'm sure we want to know why I said nothing when I was taken in by the police.
Oh, thanks for the vote of confidence there, Axe. I truly appreciate it. That at least something is fun.
I don't know. With the lag, that may have been me talking about losing me judge. Even at ultra low, we are still like 10 or 20 seconds separated.
Honestly, I'm not looking at chat directly, but I'm just trying to check up on things.
Well, funnily enough, I have to look at chat, I have to look at the opposite direction of the screen where I'm reading from, so...
Actually,
let me adjust the microphone a little better so it stays closer to my voice hole when I actually read my lines. I do be having a very good reason, I assure you. Which was... there was no punch in that judge at all, damn. I need him to say order. Well, the little child was just in the wrong place at the wrong time and not in any way involved, you see.
What? What?
Jamaican vampire.
It was not.
No, I think I went more Jamaican with Magnus McGilded a couple seconds ago. We're all trying really hard, chat. This is also why we had to take a break after 3.5 hours of this. Whew. Okay. If the police had known the wee one was there, they'd assume she'd done it. No, a small orphan girl. Shit. No wonder you hid the Magnus. There's no way the jury would convict them over you.
Or orphan waif.
They'd assume she'd done it. They've hauled her into this courtroom just like myself. I was only trying to spare her that. Young hearts and young minds are easily damaged, my lord. That sounds vaguely threatening with your eyebrow there, buddy.
Hello?
Harumph, harumph. And who was this one young child you speak, of whom you speak? There's not even an accent on that. Fuck. I'm sorry, I'm really not judgy today. That, I don't know. You don't know? No, that's still not it. I'll find it. Aye, well, the wee thing just happened to be in the carriage that night. I never saw her before or since.
Objection.
We have absolutely no reason to. Oh, now that someone said it, now I fucking hear it. Now it's throwing me fucking off.
Just
hang on one
relax,
second.
Lucky. Remember, you can't be doing any worse than I'm doing at being the judge right now.
I suppose. We have absolutely no reason to believe this man. Prosecution calls for the witness statement to be disregarded by the court.
Hey, whoa, no, you can't do that. That's not how witnessing works, Van Zykes. You have to damage his credibility. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. Hold on a second. Whoa.
That's a direct look.
That's very sus, sir. If the urchin isn't in this courtroom as we speak, listening to the proceedings. What? Bang! Oh no, he's dead.
Whoa, shit!
Smoke! Fire! There's fire! Oh my god, someone's trying to get away! After them, it's I can't see it on the smoke. What the fuck is happening?
Careful, Mr. Naruto. Cover your face. Oh, bailiff, don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus.
I hereby call an emergency recess. Bailiff, ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom. And stop ripping a fat vape cloud. Jesus.
I'm guessing that Ermington just literally pulled a fucking smoke cloud and bounced.
So we were hurriedly removed from the smoke-filled courtroom. Oh my god, is this gonna be a to be continued? It has been only 10 minutes. Damn.
I fucking called it.
Oh, sorry, I think I missed a line in the middle there. That was script for history. Yeah, so we were hurried from the smoke-filled courtroom. No, I didn't. Amid the scenes of chaos, stumble one over there in their desperation to flee the Chambre. Oh, right. I did miss that line because I didn't. Yes, it is. Son of a bitch. Fuck.
It was 10 minutes.
Like, I knew there's because like I said, I've seen somebody stream the first game several months ago. I knew there's a new character that gets introduced, but I didn't remember that, like, because I thought we were going to do he was going to get, like, a full statement in.
Yeah. Speaking of new characters, Twitter has been abuzz with that clown girl in...
Well, funnily enough, that's not a new character. That's from, like, Ace Attorney 5 or 6?
And why is everyone going on about her fucking Clussy right now? I can't handle it.
It's actually in the YouTube history because I saw somebody, like, the artist post it. There's an animation. It's just a giant shitpost, basically. But the artist did that animation, and he posted it very recently with her for some reason, even though the prosecutor is Edgeworth and the attorney is Phoenix, who aren't even the ones in that case in that game. But it's you know, it's a very horny animation intrinsically, so it really caught on for some reason. And yeah, the internet is now just about balloons. And it's just, yeah. It's funny that I have seen Ace Attorney trending, and I'm just like,
18th of February, 12:52 p.m., the Old Bailey. Defendant's antechamber.
What on earth just happened? I feel like we were only doing that for like 10 minutes.
Mr. Naruhodo, I've managed to find out what happened.
Oh, good. Thank you, Mr. Sato.
I was told it was an advanced form of smoke grenade, a type of exploding device that releases smoke.
Susato, are you telling me that somebody went smoke bomb and tried to flee the courtroom? That's a 1%er joke. Actually, no. Ryunosuke is the proper... Actually, no. That's a very good question. Was Ninja or Shinobi Stories popular at all at this time?
A bit, yeah, no. Well, just from historical context, like there's a lot of, even if it wasn't like popularized, there were definitely exploits of like several of the clans back from the Sengoku era. Because let's see here, I'm trying to remember like some of the big clans, but you know the Iga clan, and stuff like that. I don't know if they'll be like they're like popular literature thing, but I think it's something that every kid would grow up knowing in their history.
True, and Ryunosuke is a literature student originally. Yeah. A smoke grenade? It sounds like the sort of thing ninjas use.
Iga, Koga, a few others. They're just making sure everything is safe now. I think the trial will start again before long. Yes, I forgot about your boy Fuma.
But who would have done something like that? Who would just throw a smoke bomb in a courtroom?
And Scappa.
It's definitely not like there's many antics, including that one time Ryunosuke saw his best friend draw a live sword and cut a man's hair across the room.
Severing karma. Oh, the police managed to catch someone who was trying to flee the courtroom, apparently.
Flee the courtroom? Why?
Well, it's a young girl of around 15, I hear.
A young girl? Then could it be the urchin that Magnus McGilded called out and looked pointedly at? The other passenger, Mr. Magnus McGilded, was just talking about? Also, I'm gonna try not to let it bleed in too much, but I do need to warn chat. Over the weekend, I did binge the entirety of the new Iron Chef series that's on Netflix. I was not really a big Iron Chef guy before, but like I really got sucked into the drama and the ingredients, and also the chairman. Live sturgeon. So I need to go find if anywhere else on the internet has more of that shit.
My thoughts exactly.
So he wasn't lying about that anyway. Oh, what's become of Mr. McGilded, actually? This is the defendant's antechamber, and once again, he's not here. There are so many things I need to ask him about, but he's not here.
I think he was summoned to the prosecutor's antechamber to answer questions.
So we're just going to ignore the fact that I'm pretty sure the reason why in the U.S. Constitution we have this provision about you have a right to an attorney is because that was in the British common law. So his attorney, should be with him. We're just going to let that one fly?
Yeah, you're just a filthy, Far Easterner. Along with the young girl.
Who is she, I wonder? Will she be a recurring character that one of us has to do an accent for? And what was she even doing here at the trial? She was taking a huge risk, and for what possible benefit to herself?
There's another matter that's troubling me.
What's that?
The 20 pence.
Yeah? The math? Uh-oh, the book's coming out.
According to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 4 passengers that night at a fare of 5 pence each. That comes to a total of 20 pence exactly.
I see what she's getting at. So either the urchin did not pay, most likely, or we're back to Beppo is once again a lying sack of shit.
No, I'm pretty sure Mr. McGill did, while fucking Beppo was distracted, just pulled the urchin in and was just all like, don't worry about me there.
But now it seems there were, in fact, 5 passengers.
Which means the figures don't seem to add up again.
She's right. That is strange.
It's a street urchin. They probably just snuck about their coach. The coach.
Have you never met a Cockney urchin? They're wily, they are.
Counsel for the defense, kindly proceed into the courtroom. The trial will be commenced in 5 minutes.
Damn, not giving me much of a break. Shit. Oh, thank you, officer. We'll go in straight away.
Well, whoever she is, I imagine this young girl will be asked to take the stand and testify now. I really can't imagine what she's going to say, but it could alter the whole direction of the trial.
Well, let's hope, because we already got a unanimous guilty decision once that we had to talk him out of.
There wasn't a secret entrance, but there was a space underneath the sit that could probably fit a small orphan child.
It's true. There was some, like, tack and handling equipment in there, but we haven't actually, in the actual course of the stream, we haven't seen this character yet, so we wouldn't know if she could fit or not. I think we proved there was only one storage compartment.
Yeah, we can.
Anyway, I forgot my line there. Something about we'll know something enough soon enough, Mrs. Sato. Sorry, I was taking a drink.
Yes.
Yes. Take that.
18th of February, 1 p.m. The Old Bailey courtroom.
Everybody just comes back all red-eyed.
Just check out that cheeky.
There's the young girl next to Mr. McGilded. Look. She must have been the one who caused the disturbance before. Well, after that rather eventful recess, the court will now resume the trial of Mr. Magnus McGilded. Fuck. Now then, Lord Van Zykes.
My lord.
I believe you have established the cause of the smoke, which veiled proceedings earlier. Wow, I've really lost my accent. Harump, 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 harump. I'm just gonna say harump instead of any of the judge's lines now. No, I'm kidding. I'll get it back.
It's. Oh, God, you made me cough. I don't know how. It seems that it's been an advanced form of smoke bomb, of the sort typically employed by the army.
Good gracious! The army? What's in the devil's name? My lord and savior Satan?
It was an elaborate attempt by a young girl to cloak her escape from a public gallery, but she was caught.
By me and my vampire powers.
Re. And now occupies the stand.
Your name, girl? No, she's gonna give us a cheeky Alright, I'm trying to think. 1, we have to be Cockney. And 2, this character's gonna have a lot of conversations with Susato later, but also, I think she has a lot of dialogue with Herlock Sholmes. I'm trying to see how we should break up how much we have to talk to ourselves. But also, I'm already Magnus McGilded. I don't know. What do you want? What do you think?
I'm for it. I'm just trying to, like... What kind of voice do you do for Cockney?
Well, I will say, her. Let's see if we can get her to actually say some dialogue. It should be phonetic, because she'll be dropping her G's and stuff. Oi, governor, and all that.
What? Oi.
Are you responsible for the smokery which has introduced such pandemonium here in my courtroom? Wow, secret Satanist to the judge. Talking about by the devil and the pandemonium. Fuck you, governor. You fucking prick. What is the meaning of this horrible behavior? Wow, she just doesn't give a shit. Ahem. If I may, my lord. Blah. Yes, Mr. McGilded. I think perhaps I ought to explain here. Why it is, I mean, I should say that. Why it is that this wee lass here was here in the first place, and why she tried to vote like that. She's all tied up with the events that night, so it is. Very well, Mr. McGilded. Give your testimony. Hurrup, hurrup, hurrup. You explain to the court exactly how this young woman is involved in the case. I'm getting more jowly as I go on. Yeah, I am talking about her being a recurring character. I know I'm telegraphing a little bit, but it's like, no, we need to, like, figure this out, because that girl's going to be talking a lot. Just what did happen that night? My eyeballs are twitching in anticipation.
I'm taking all that detail.
So, like, a defense lawyer needs that information or anything. Now we get the witness testimony. Okay. I knew he would be on the stand. The young girl. On the night in question, I took the back seat of the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Then, begorra, a loud thud and a wee scream woke me up with a fair start.
Yep, she was in the damn container.
There was a fella collapsed on the floor at my feet, so I sat him up on the seat across from me. Then I turned to find out where the scream had come from, and bless me soul, what did I find? There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her weal-seeful way. Blech. I think I got a little mealy mouthed in a couple of those. Oh, that's it, buddy? Okay. I remain somewhat baffled, I confess. But from what I gather, on the night in question, this young girl was indeed riding in the omnibus. Is that correct? I could also stay jolly. Just exactly as the defense counsel said. This last was the 5th passenger, my lord. Very well. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Are you ready, counsel? Yes, my lord. Or rather, no. I have no idea where to start. I'm very confused.
Yeah.
Van Sykes also has no idea. He's taking a nap right now.
Thinking about his wine.
Yeah, he's got to sleep off his wine glass. I should not have thrown my wine glass in the candelabra. I miss it.
I'm reset.
Okay. Well, let's remind ourselves of what we got in evidence. Armband, autopsy report. Let me remind myself of the photo. Yeah, he's in a seat. There's the glove that's weird. Because there's only blood on one. We got the omnibus, we got the murder weapon, and we got the ledger, and that's it. And can I... No, I can't check people while I'm in the middle of cross-X. Okay. So we've got 5 statements. I mean, I guess... Do we want to just start pressing at number 1?
I think we should just press at all points.
Yeah, let us begin. And when you first got onto the omnibus, were there any other passengers already on board?
This is something important to establish.
There were not. The cabin was empty, and there was not one on the roof deck either. You were the first passenger, I said. Well, I see. Yes. Aye, that's why they took the backside as they did. 'Tis the most comfortable, so it is. Could you explain exactly what you mean by the backside? Yeah, Ryunosuke busting out his lawyer chops here.
Yep.
By all means, just how you already described it earlier. I'm talking about the seat opposite the one in which the poor gentleman was stabbed. The poor gentleman who was stabbed was sitting. Like I said, 'tis the most comfortable and where I feel most at ease. And of course, I enjoy gazing through the skylight from time to time as well.
Blah.
Vanzix is literally taking a nap right now.
I mean, just keep pressing, I say.
Yeah. Hold it! A loud thud, you say, and a scream? A thud and a scream. Aye, that's right. How can I explain it? 'Tis like the sound of someone falling to the ground. That sort of noise. McGilda just
Wilhelm scream.
McGilda just corpses. He just flops out of the ground. Thunk. Like that. Also, ow, me bones.
Me Lucky Charms.
The girl was after me Lucky Charms, she was. They're magically delicious, don't you know? So, you think it was the sound of Mr. Mason falling to the floor, having been stabbed. Which, by the way, this is actually, I think Ace Attorney, or at least the translation, localization, fucks this up a couple of times. But that is actually something that is true about examination. When you're doing direct examination, that is, you call your witness and you ask them questions, you cannot ask them leading questions. Whereas during cross-ex, you are allowed to actually add, ask leading questions in detail. So during cross-ex, Ryunosuke could be like, so what did you think about this? Did you think it was a guy hitting the floor? And then he responds, well, no, you remember I was asleep at the time, so I wouldn't like to say. And when the sun woke me and I opened my eyes, faith and begorra, there wasn't a soul to be seen in the cabbage but the fella on the floor. I think I said cabbage there, not carriage. You didn't see anyone. But at the same moment, you did hear a scream?
Wouldn't that be the Hattier on the top?
Possibly. Let's see if he elaborates, because the judge is like, from the seats above you on the roof deck, I presume. That was not it. Not above me, my lord. Just from inside the cabin. But it wasn't altogether tinking about to scream. No, I was too stunned by the desperate sight before my eyes. There was a fucking dude. He was dead there. Alright. Press it again. Explain it to me twice. You sat him up? The victim, you mean? That I did. On the seat across from me, as I said. I could plainly see the poor devil was already gone. And you wouldn't leave a dead man just lying on the floor now, would you? Yes, actually.
Yes.
Correct. Bing! 'Tis common courtesy, so it is. So I sat him up with the power of me stand. Oh, what's either a very money-related or Irish-related song that would be Magnus McGilded's stand? Chat, I give you a homework assignment.
Oh, I got one. Dropkick Murphys.
Ooh, yeah. That's a good one.
I find that a little hard to believe.
Ah! Oh. Ara, Lord Van Zykes. Now, where would that be? Fucking softballing me.
You wake to find a man lying dead at your feet in a carriage. Any normal man would hail the cabman.
Correct. You would go, oh my god, there's a dead body. Stop the train. Only it's a carriage, but yeah.
Stop the vehicle! Any upstanding member of London society, that is. Nope, I'm going back in Jamaican. Yeah, man. I've been here at this court thing, doing the thing, man.
Ah, Lucky Charms.
Delicious.
It's a testament to the English language and how far the British have gone to collect more tea and collect more money to buy more tea, that there are so many different variations on the English accent, or people speaking English with an accent. Well, now, as you know, I'm something of a special line of business. The business of lending money at exorbitant rates of interest. I think I'm just going to have to commit to being jolly tonight. I can't do it otherwise. I'm going to talk a little Lucy. Unfortunately, my lord, not everyone is thankful. Also, by the way, thank you so much, localizers, that you actually did his accent, because otherwise I probably would not be able to do this as well.
No, I'm hoping for the girl. If she has that cognitive,
Yes,
I might be able to
she
do it.
definitely has the like I said, she'll drop her G's and you know, stuff like that. Thought I was thankful for the help I offered him, and some would even see me dead. So I do try, where at all possible, to avoid getting myself in a tangle with trouble. Are you suggesting you were just going to leave the man there? Oh, heavens alive, no. I was always intended to report it, so I was. Only, I had a mind to find out the whys and the wherefores first, and also be a safe distance, possibly within my own home. Behind 20 shotguns. Copper ain't gonna fuck with me. The whys and the wherefores? Susada, do you have any idea what the fuck he just said?
Fucking Mollis is also a good choice.
Right, you are. There are some details I wanted to understand before anyone else got to meddling. And if it weren't for that meddling kid, I would have gotten away with it too. That wee scream I heard, for example. You know, the meddling child. Wouldn't your good self do just the same? Yes, the scream he says he heard at the same time as the thud of the victim collapsing. Alright. We're learning a lot, but
We are.
he's not really giving us any new evidence to work with. Or new statements, perhaps. But anyway, we'll press. We'll examine. I'm afraid I don't understand. I'm sure you told the court there was no one else in the carriage except yourself and the victim. So I did, sir. So I did. As far as I could see, that is.
Ah.
What do you mean by that? Well now, 'tis a queer ting. Wee scream I heard as I woke up. It came from, if you'll excuse the vulgar expression, under me backside.
Yep.
It came from behind? Good gracious.
Great balls of fire.
Under your backside? Was it Darth Vader? Oh, sorry. I just wanted to put some soda water in my wine. Venzix just has a fucking wet bar back there. And when I lifted the seat on which I'd been sitting, I found there was a wee cubbyhole in there for storage.
No. We can examine the omnibus ourselves, remember?
We
We've
did
already
this last
figured
week. We've done this. I mean, I guess we can... Oh, actually, can we? Yeah, we can check people now. So, yeah, we don't have another page yet for this mysterious girl, child, person.
I just like how heavily shadowed the Lord Justice is.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let's show that again. Yeah. Look at that
He's
face.
just like...
You don't think it could be me? I'm not a bad guy, right? With my pointy sideburns?
I like his last says, he's a thoroughly intimidating man. I'm like, yes.
Also, even
Yes.
even in his fucking mugshot, Maddox McGilden has the eyebrow. Oh my god. He doesn't stop.
No, he does not. Phone's like, do you have a sick eye scar?
Yeah, he's got it's hard to tell in his 3D model, but he has the slash across the nose. He's carrying a sword, so it's probably a dueling scar.
Nah, clearly he fights crime.
Bruce Fairplay giving the side eye. We have to remember to keep checking the people profiles, because there's some fun art touches in here. But let's see. Let's double check, I guess, if they're telling us to examine. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've seen this.
Yeah, we'll try to skip ahead. We've seen this part.
Blood.
It was... The storage compartment is under here. It's wide enough for two gentlemen to sit side by side. Yeah, they're talking about women's clothes. Oh, that's right. I have to click the exact handle. Also, hey, wait a minute. I see a blood stain in the bottom of the floor. Was that there before?
I don't think it was. I think we would have tried to touch it. And now that's empty.
Guys, hold on. Bailiff, the crime scene has been tampered with? This is a storage compartment, but there's nothing in here. It's totally empty. Something doesn't seem right here, but I can't put my finger on what it is. It's because we looked in here earlier, like 3 hours ago, and there was shit in here. And now I think there's an extra blood stain. Hold on.
Do you think they switched out the omnibus?
I don't think they had enough time to switch it out, but there was a shitload of smoke. Somebody could have...
Von Dyke said they had to secure the omnibus.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know for sure, but with all that smoke, there was definitely enough time for somebody to have, like... I mean, it would require premeditation, but somebody could have fucked with it. The courtroom was clear. There was smoke everywhere. A bailiff was said to secure it. So, I don't know. Somebody could have messed with it. I don't think they had enough time to move the whole thing out because it's a giant fucking carriage, but
Probably,
certainly
but
somebody had access to this while we were gone.
There'll be a thumping happening here.
That's blood, isn't it?
Is something wrong?
Oh, it's just, well, this bloodstain is so obvious, that's all. And yet, Van Zykes has made no mention of it.
It's very bright, too. I suppose that does seem a little strange.
Why do I have such a bad feeling about this? It's because you can sense the lies. It's been tampered with. That's still an option, but I don't think there is anything. Let's double check. Okay, the latch is still latched on top. Okay, alright. We saw some interesting things there. Yes, of course. The whole bus was submitted as evidence.
This would be a very good time to have a thorough look around inside.
Well, we just
I feel like
did
we
that.
should stop doing it ahead of time and actually wait to say this.
Yeah, probably, because there's a couple of extra lines. Ah, that's when I found her. Alright, this is your last line.
Hold it!
You say she was hiding herself? Aye, that's right. It was hard to see in the dim lamplight, but she was all curled up in a wee ball. When our eyes met, well, I hardly stopped beating in my chest. What's the name of the rich guy from Little Orphan Annie? Is it literally like Uncle Moneybags or something?
Something like that.
Me hardly stopped beating in my chest. You're really overacting this. Damn, Ritosuke, tell it. Still in all, I pulled her out from under there and sat her on the seat opposite so I could have a wee. Right, Daddy Warbucks.
I was like, wait a minute.
I mean, that is a hella Ace Attorney name, y'all. I sat her on the seat opposite so I could have a wee chinwag with her. You know, next to the dead guy. The seat opposite. That's right, just next to the dead gentleman there. Was that this young girl next to a corpse, sir? Well, as I'm sure I mentioned, a gentleman in my position can all too often find himself in mortal danger. That's why I keep this piece on me. He just pulls out a derringer.
No, clearly he has a miniature pistol underneath one of his fat rings.
Mm-hmm. No. He's got a pop-out gun hat.
Oh, he would have a pop-out gun hat.
Just you know, one of those little flaps drops down and a pistol pops out like a cuckoo bird. Pulling
Like,
the scarf.
good day and good death. Bang.
Top of the bullet to ya. Bang. So, I need to find out just who this urchin was, you see. And you'll notice I haven't told you yet, so. And while I was in the middle of talking with her, I heard another scream. A fella's voice this time. Okay, wait. Magnus, are you trying to tell me that the Hatter, for women, we've established he makes women's hats, did not recognize the scruffy hatted form of a young lady? All right, I'm not sure if I'm going to follow that one. Presumably that scream was Mr. First, who was sitting on the roof deck seats. Right you are again, I would say, sir. Looking down through the skylight. He must have seen this young girl and the gentleman with a knife in his belly. In other words, the previous witness did not, in fact, see you at all, Mr. McElroy. And I believe it was yourself and the victim was, in fact, this girl and the late Mr. Mason? Aye, my lord. I was, as I think everyone understands now, sat in the back of the carriage out of sight. Lurking like one of them ninjas. It is certainly plausible. And the defendant is somewhat diminutive in stature. Damn. Damn,
Oi.
Judge. Oi. And readily confused, perhaps, with this young girl. Wow, no, they're not. McGill just lets it go. Listen, there's no fucking way you would mistake... I wish I could do the witness thing, but there's no fucking way you would mistake the most street urchin with this Willy Wonka motherfucker. Not unless you need your eyes checked. And after that, of course. With a scream from the gentleman over us, the driver realized something was wrong and pulled up the horses. He held them, in fact. Thank you, I've heard enough. The events as explained are clear in my mind.
Lies.
However, at least one conundrum remains. Who the fuck is this? Who this? Who is the girl?
Oops.
Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer, earns her crust among large crowds, relieving people of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket. What? Did this go her? A petty thief?
I'm not surprised. I don't know why anyone's surprised. Young orphans on the street?
Order!
Hiding in-
Order!
I love that they actually put that in there.
Is this true, Miss Lestrade? See, I can do it for like the 5 seconds after he says order, and then I'm going to lose it again. Miss Lestrade, you will answer the question. Oh my god,
Oh,
she's
shit.
armed! Ah! The judge is fucking dead. How dare you? What's the meaning of this? Is this the fabled gay bomb I've heard so much about? What you- Ah!
She just dupes out.
She literally smoke bombs and runs away. Oh my god. The
Oh,
girl,
she's
the girl, she's gone. What the fuck?
Scapa, it's the copper.
Scapa Montgomery. Gina hasn't said a fucking word yet, and she has more character than some of the jurors. I'm
assuming
sure
this is
her line.
Mm-hmm. Open your eyes.
Whoa!
Oh shit. I'm over here.
Goodness gracious, how? What was the point of that little sidestep?
I know what you lot are thinking. Grown-ups are all the same. This dirty little tipper, you'll say, slipped up and got caught in the job. She's got herself backed into a corner, so she knifed the gent. Go on, that's what's in your heads, ain't it?
Yes, as I was right. Gina is very obviously Cockney.
I'm gonna keep trying.
No, we don't think that. This is the court of law. This is something. Ah! If this was if this wasn't live, I would totally do a red filter on Ryunosuke's eyes now. Damn, dude, I'm fucking wasted.
Look, knives over cowards. Only dogs use what? Oh man, when there's no things, I can't do it. All I need for what I do is dice fingers. I'm a professional, alright? Maybe not in your eyes, but I got pride in what I do. Nope, I'm losing it. I'm losing it. I need more accents, girl.
Let me guess. You don't count smoke guns among weapons for thugs?
Oh, this? Yeah, this in the bag I lifted the other day. Down where they keep all the four-wheel drags. Nope, I'm losing it.
Guys, what is that little geary flowery thing on the side of that gun remind you of?
Is this a Holmes gadget?
Herlock, did you arm a 15-year-old girl with a smoke gun? I mean, it would make sense. Sherlock Holmes in the stories was well known for, dropping a tip of the line to the old Urchin Information Network.
It's nice, ain't it? I like the pink best.
Ah! You're gonna wave that thing in my direction again?
Oh no. So,
Uh-oh. Van Zykes, he feels it's a wine moment.
he's gonna get smoked. You admit that you're riding in your numbers on the night in question.
Tis alright, lass. You can tell them the truth now.
Alright, yeah. It's just like the Irishman said.
Clank. The court accepts this girl, Miss Gina Lestrade, as a valid and significant witness in the case, but only if she stops trying to get me high. Accordingly now, young lady, we will now hear your testimony, if you please. You will tell the court exactly what happened in the omnibus in the night in question. I got a little too jelly.
Alright, if I have to.
What the girl saw?
So I snuck inside the carriage before they locked up the horse, just as always. Nope, I'm going Scottish, sir.
I mean, if it's easier, you can make her Scottish. Whatever,
Yeah.
whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. But it was a right old waste of time. I got nothing to show for me troubles that night. I tell ya, you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there. Then, after a while, I heard his lag bang, nearly jumped out of me skin, I did. And the screaming just came out.
A loud bang, you say?
It's because of that, this swell found me. He did help me get away, mine.
That was like 3 lines. Yes, he let you go. I fail to understand why you would let this street urchin go, Mr. McGilted. Oh, 'tis simplicity itself, my lord. You see, she couldn't possibly have killed the other passenger. I knew that for a fact. That is true. Come on, Renus. Okay, don't be slow.
Be
How?
slow.
As I'm sure I said before, sir. Uh-oh. Yes, okay, here we go. I was sitting right on top of the place where she was hiding herself. I think a demonstration is called for. This is what I was at that night. I'm just, once again, I know it's not exactly what's happening, but because of we're doing the first person, I'm just imagining all of us fucking crammed in here to watch this, including the judge. And this cubbyhole of which you have spoken is underneath the seat, I presume. Yes. It does appear just large enough to accommodate someone of the girl's stature. Aye, but of course the wheelass was stuck in there. Because I parked myself on the seat for the duration. Ah! Well, as you see, that's why I let the last bolt. I knew if the police found her in there, they'd automatically assume she'd done it. You know, the British police officers having such a good track record with women and with the poor. But I couldn't live with myself if a young life was ruined when all the time I knew she was innocent. Even though you must have realized your action will result in your own innocence being called into question. Ooh, I'm really bad at Judge tonight. I'm gonna get a handle on that one later. Not at all, my lord, not at all. I knew in my own heart that I was innocent. Thanks to the power of me stand. So I thought it was worth taking a punt on my own good name for the sake of this less fortunate lass. My goodness. What a perfect gentleman. No, I also don't have a granny voice right now. Jeez.
My lord. This fine example of a man cannot possibly be guilty of a heinous crime like this. I'm ashamed of myself and never doubting you, sir.
And another one in the bag.
Isn't that everybody?
Is that unanimous? Oh, maybe.
Oh.
Hold on.
With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. What are you, fucking detective? There can only be one truth. Power!
Right, now it's full. Saints alive! Someone call George in here. All 6 members of the jury consensual in their leading to the verdict of not guilty? We haven't had a not guilty verdict in this courtroom in 100 years!
This is what we like to call a turnabout.
Swag.
Mr. Naruhodo, well, it must mean...
When you do the tournament, I'm just imagining Ryunosuke pulls out some smoked spectacles and just puts them on. It must mean what?
That we're victorious. Oh no, but Van Sack is now about to pull the shit too.
He's still got a full wine glass, Susato. I didn't see him drink. We've won? Are you sure about that?
We're not.
Yeah, there it is.
Here it comes.
Oh, the leg! Oh, I didn't know he was gonna go for the leg desk slam this time. God, I love Van Zykes.
I need a moment.
This man doesn't desk slam he does a desk slam like a normal person, but then he's like, no, hold on, I need to use my boot.
If the sight of my iron here Wellington offends, pray do forgive this discourtesy. This really is a I actually don't know how to pronounce that word. Consummate example of the one monumental flaw in British judicial practices.
Are you gonna talk smack about the jury system, Van Zykes? Ugh.
Where evidence and reason should be paramount, emotion rules the day.
Emotion?
Where's the wine?
Where did it go?
The witness last statement gives us a clear insight to its true nature.
It's just that, where did it go? Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Meme.
We're on case, what, technically 3?
Yeah, this is the middle of case 3. What do you mean, his true nature?
Do you really think Scotland Yard would have made much of such a glaring omission?
Yes. My friend Susato here is a huge fan of the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Scotland Yard never beats that guy.
After the incident, the omnibus was comprehensively searched by officers of the police. Obviously, the interior of this cubbyhole, as the witnesses put it, was included in their investigations.
Okay, so he's gonna bring up that there was some shit gone.
The compartment under the posterior step was full of the coachman's belongings.
Would you say? Would you say the posterior seat?
Probably. It would be the back.
We're still in Great Ace Attorney 1. We've only been doing this for like a month.
It's noted in black and white here in the police report.
You know, because we don't use colored ink here. Never mind, I write all my documents in red. Good lord. Oh, good lord.
Oh no. The evidence has been tampered with. I mean,
Correct?
in order to corroborate Mr. McGilda's story, someone has unlawfully removed everything from under the seat.
What? Nani? Mr. Naruhodo, you can't do that every time. Oda! Oda! How could such a devious contrivance possibly have been affected, Council?
Naturally, we must acknowledge the deficiencies of the constabulary in allowing this to have happened.
So you're gonna you praise Scotland Yard and then immediately throw them under the bus. Cool.
However, I assure you, when the omnibus was wheeled into the courtroom this morning, the compartment under the seat was not empty. Well, my Nipponese friend,
Me? Oh, shit, he's calling us out.
when the carriage was submitted as evidence, doubtless you examined it in fine detail, as would any self-respecting practitioner of the law.
Shit, he's giving me a backhanded compliment. Fuck.
Still wondering where this wine glass went. Pray, what did you find to be the condition of the undersea compartment to be?
Yeah, he didn't shatter in his hand or throw it into the fire this time, so. Ugh. Oh, to be sure, the young gentleman will be able to clear this up in a jiffy. Sorry? Go ahead, you tell the court now, fella. How this is all an elaborate excuse by the desperate Lord Van Zykes. Magnus?
I feel like I'm being put on I'm being a little,
Have we been shim-shammed?
I think we've been a little shim-shammed.
Well, Counsel, do you have something to say on this matter? How am I supposed to answer? What can I say about the state of that little compartment under the seat of the omnibus? I mean, these games are usually about the truth, and the truth is, we did look at this last week, and I remember, it was not empty. There is also an extra blood stain. So, I mean, we could say we didn't look and just lie, but
I
that's
think we
still
should go with this.
incorrect. Just say the truth?
Yeah, I say we say the truth.
Alright. It was not empty. I really don't know if giving this answer is helping my cause as counsel for the defense. But as far as I remember, at least, when I first examined the compartment, I'm fairly certain there were a number of articles inside it, yes? Are you sure, counsel? Ara, be whist! What are you saying now, you daft dog? I thought you were on my side here.
Yeah.
God, Magnus is angry animation.
What game are you playing?
Oh, we're gonna reverse psychologize him.
Your task is to defend the man in the stand. Why would you say something to compromise his position?
I don't know. As the advocate for the defense in this trial, I confess I'm still not entirely sure where I stand. But it seems to me that I should state what facts I do know as clearly and honestly as possible.
Bleh. Interesting.
No, we do not require any help, chat. We have a no backseating sign for a reason. I watched somebody to remind people. I watched somebody play the first game on on a stream months ago. So I remember the rough outline of a lot of these cases. As seen with the fact that for people who were watching earlier, I didn't realize there was a to be continued like 10 minutes in. I don't remember the highlights, like when characters appear and what order they happen in, but I remember a lot of the overall oeuvre. That and most of these cases are not that hard. We get a little more complex when we get to the end ones, but that's when we're going to be here for like 3 weeks in a row.
Lucky doesn't know shit.
Which is why we would prefer no backseating. We got to keep the surprise, the suspense. 'Tis not altogether pleasing, fella. I'm simply telling the truth, Mr. McGilded. Begorra, you can't handle the truth. Well, don't forget that you're supposed to be representing me best interest here, lad. Now then. A fellow's memory is a curious thing and not altogether reliable. No, the court must consider the facts. That there cubbyhole under the seat is as empty as the devil's heart, so it is.
Oh shit.
Man, there's a lot of devil going on in this courtroom. Do you think perhaps it would be in your best interests to admit that you might have been mistaken? Susato, we didn't cover ethics yet. What do I do? Why do I feel like something's not right here? Because it isn't. Mr. McGilded did a big turn just a little bit ago.
We have a face heel turn here coming up.
Something like that. Like, he did it. The conspiracy with the urchin child was enough, but now that we straight up have seen some tampered evidence, and he is just straight up like, yo, lie to the prosecution, that's like, we're not supposed to do that.
That's what we like to call a red flag.
He's sussy. He might be the imposter. Vote to kick.
Some vent.
He vented in the omnibus. I would like the jury to weigh in on this matter, I think.
Oh, shit.
Their compartment designed to house equipment used to maintain smooth running of the carriage.
Yeah, I'm going to trust that the game tells us that she wouldn't fit with the stuff in there, because that's how it's supposed to be. I do agree, if I remember it in my head right. Like, honestly, those seats look pretty big. They're wide enough for, like, 2 adult men to sit on. So, like, I'm fairly certain that a malnourished 15-year-old urchin girl could, like, do a full fetal and hide in there, but, you know, it's not a guarantee. And if they say there wasn't enough room, we kind of have to believe them, because we can't double-check now, can we?
The guild rule states that omnibuses should be properly and fully equipped at all times. So it certainly would have been empty on the night in question. Beppo isn't that irresponsible.
Now, I'm not saying he's not irresponsible, but he's not that irresponsible. He's not an upstanding gentleman like me. Hits hip flask. He literally hit his hip flask. Oops.
That money-lending fleecer and pick purse are lying.
Oh! Shit! We had it locked in. Fuck! Ah! Oh, not you too, Knifey. How did I do this voice? I think I put my tongue here and I went, I can't believe I was nearly taken in. The stinking rich are always stinkers. Nothing but cowards, a lot of them. I'm a step all. What? Oh no, don't you do it. It's a trick. Of course it's a trick.
Oh, the violins go crazy. Quite so. I must concur here.
We're even again.
With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time.
You said that. There you go. Thank you, Ritosuke. Yes, but every time a different truth, it seems.
I mean... My lord, I humbly exhibit the scales of justice. Really, a verdict of not guilty at this time would be wholly inappropriate. What is my accent for this man? I want to do him
I mean,
justice,
you
but
are
there is
correct,
no
Van
justice.
Zykes, but also there's no justice here. You are correct, Van Zykes, that it would be inappropriate, but I would also like to mention when I tried to like be like, "Whoa, it's too early to call." I get to do what the fuck did we call it? I don't remember the jury something. When we got to impinge the jury like that, you try to be like, "No, you can't do that. That's old."
That's against the rules. Bruh.
Thank you, counsel. Now, before we proceed any further, there is the matter of the outstanding cross-examination. You are still in the middle of it. Well, I think we should begin by asking the judge if we can treat our own client as hostile. Counsel for the defense, begin your questioning of the witness, please. Yes, my lord. What the fuck just happened? The whole balance of the trial just shifted, almost beyond recognition. The Reaper of the Bailey is at work, it would seem.
Bleh, bleh.
Double bleh. Oh, Gina's supposed to be 5'2". Okay.
Ah, that means that fucking McGilda is like 5 foot.
Yes, correct. The hat adds a lot.
It does.
Okay. Well, yeah, let's just start. Tell me your story, girl child. So, you were already in the omnibus before it even set off on its run? Oh, it's one of these.
Well, yeah. I mean, what's the point of spending a jelly to make a few bob, eh? That's a wrong idea, ain't it?
I suppose she means there's no point spending money to make money. It actually makes sense. Wow, good on you, Ryunosuke. You unpacked that slang very well for a non-native speaker. Counsel, may I remind you that this girl is a petty thief. Kindly refrain from entertaining her tenants.
I mean, don't you see that coin work? It's dazzling.
McGilded is 5 foot. Thanks, Marth. Well, that does clear up the little mystery of the fares and all. You are correct. 4 passengers paying 5 pence apiece, making the 20 the cabman testified. I can do math. And one little scapegrace riding for free.
The red conch of a driver always goes for some grub before his last run, see? So that's when I slip into the car and you get myself hidden under the seat. Nice and easy, right? But your hiding place is a storage compartment. Full of equipment for the coach, no? Yeah, there's brushes and buckets and whatnot in there, sure. I always chuck that all out and cram it in the corner somewhere. No one ever seems to bother much. And yet, according to the report filed by the police officer who first arrived at the scene, the compartment was full of such paraphernalia. Well, I don't know nothing about that.
I don't know nothing.
Like I said, I moved all that stuff out so I can hide under the seat. That's all I can tell you. God damn it, now second person says Jamaican Van Sykes. Ah! Lucky's gonna be writhing on the fucking floor. I can't help it, I'm black.
I can. You would think, being not only incredibly Anglo, but also literally my mother is a British citizen, you'd think I'd be able to sewn up the accents a little bit better, but no, I can't. I'm much easier at the Irishing. Mostly because I just remember, like, I'm not a regular viewer of Jacksepticeye, but I've put in a few hours. So mostly I just go, top of the morning to ya! And then I just go from there.
What, Axe? You don't want me to do any accents? You just want to make a show? You don't like me, do you, Axe? You don't want me here. Just admit it. I know it.
Okay. Alright, come on, Lucky. Peel yourself up off the floor, buddy.
No.
I still think, even if he's Jamaican, you're doing better than whatever the fuck I've been doing as the judge tonight. Speaking of which, fuck. And we'll see we've reached the end of that line of inquiry. Continue?
Oh, I'm Lucky. The other one speaking is Omega.
Hello, I am Omega. A waste of time? Why is that?
Well, most nights I'm out on my own in the guard permit at least some odd time. The fuck?
I beg your pardon? Did you say God permit?
Oh yeah, that's what my kind call it. You say the omnibus, I suppose. Point is, any normal run, the carriage ain't got no one in it for a while.
And that's when you come out of your hiding place and get away.
That's it. Only that night. This cove sat on me from the seat. This cove was sat on me seat from the start. I lost the. And he didn't even budge the whole way, did he? Not one inch. I was totally stuck.
Do you mean to tell us you were present in the carriage for the duration? You were under the seat the entire time while events unfolded in the enclosed cabin?
Yeah. Right, mister?
Right, Governor? To be sure. I was as shocked as anyone. You don't expect to lift the cushion you've been sat on and find a child, now, do you? So this Miss Lestrade couldn't possibly be the culprit, then.
Then why did she scream?
Okay, alright. We definitely want to press on the her can't see shit, then. So you couldn't see out into the cabin at all?
Not a jot. Damn it. Most days I just push the cushion up with me head and look out the crack. Then I can have a butcher where I'm gonna fit it.
I thought you were a pickpocket, not a butcher.
I mean, I can have a look. The seat I get under ain't as plush as the other one, see? So most of the time, the passengers plant themselves opposite.
Wait
a minute.
That's not what this boy usually says. Oh my god, hold on. Is Judy doing a little pouty face in her slide there? Yes. Perfect. You sweet child. I shall head pat you. You and Susanoo can hang out. You're the same age.
If you try to pat her head, I'm pretty sure she's gonna fucking shank you.
No, knives are for cowards. She's gonna pull out her smoke gun.
Just
Blow me
because
away with she's gonna blow me away with the 40 mic.
Listen, you don't understand. Just because she said it's for coward doesn't mean she's not a coward. She did, use a smoke bomb and tried to scarp her the minute the jig was up.
Yeah. I just like the better idea that Gina Lestrade is like players of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. She's gonna noob tube you. It's just direct impact.
For some reason that night, this hour's moon spent the whole journey right over me head.
And for that reason, you weren't able to push the cushion to peek up to peek out. I see.
Truth is, I ain't too happy in small dark places. Feels too much like being thrown in the clink. But it's the only place to hide in them carriages, so it's opposite's choice.
Why doesn't she just stick to picking people's blah. Why doesn't she just stick to picking people's pockets in the open then? God, Ryunosuke, why do you have so much alliteration in your brain?
Pick a packet of peppers.
I'd say there's some reason she's not letting on, judging from her demeanor. With an extra
demeanor. So anyway, I was a bit scared, but I had to stick out under there. Nothing else for it.
Well, here's the key one.
Mm-hmm.
You heard a bang, you say. All right, when you say a loud bang, do you mean the sound of a guy falling to the floor? No, she does not. Is the answer to that question. Okay.
A little bit, I suppose. I don't remember it so well. Point is, it made me jump. I don't think I can do a hype.
You let out a scream involuntarily. I mean, I will say, as we are both men, doing a teenage girl voice and also being Cockney does require you to think in two different directions. It's probably why we didn't try to put any accent on Susanoo, even though when you hear her voice clips in the game, she clearly has an accent. But that would require us to pitch shift and accent. And you let out a scream involuntarily. I don't think I read that line.
That's right. And when I felt the cushion over my head get light all of a sudden,
Presumably when the defendant got up in order to help the victim, yes.
or not. It could have equally been the moment the accused stood in order to stab his victim. Could it not?
Well, then what was the loud thump noise? Well, girl, did you see what happened at that crucial moment?
Axe, all I'm hearing from you is criticizing, my dude. Yeah, I saw it.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, X. Lucky's correct. You keep making like extra comments tonight. It's not really needed. The stream be how it be. I cannot make a woman magically appear on stream. Yes, you did this line read already. Mm-hmm. There's no real need to comment about the voice workification. Other than, you know, when we ourselves admit, I feel like my tongue's falling out of my head and so on. Ugh.
Pushed up the cushion and had a quick butcher while I had the chance, didn't I? The Irishman was sitting up on the block with her fallen on the floor on the seat opposite. That matches Mrs. McGilda's account, of course. But then, the friendly son turns around and looks right at me. I sunk back down again, but it was too late by then. I should have never risked looking.
I mean, if this is exactly how that happened, and we're still not getting any extra evidence, so we will continue to press, but if that's actually how everything happened, no, you should have looked up because McGill had let you go rather than you stay in there and then when Scotland Yard, you know, does the murder scene, they would have been like, "Oi, what's all this then?" And when Mr. McGilda discovered you, he pulled you out from your hiding place.
Oh, scared stiff I was. He dragged me out and sat me down on the seat and all.
Next to the victim, Mr. Mason, once again reminding us that our client is kind of a weirdo.
Yeah, the bloke had a knife in his guts. He was still bleeding.
Damn.
And then the carriage lurched a bit and he ended up falling onto me. Ugh. How awful. Both of my hands got covered in blood, and it made me feel sick as a dog.
Interesting. Oh, wait, no. That's the rooftop story. Okay. Yep. Okay. Allegedly.
But we still have no idea who did the stabbing and anything.
Yeah, this is very elaborate for not proving anything, and I'm sure Van Sykes is gonna yell at us for like, okay, even if the story is correct, who the fuck did the stabbing then, huh? Huh? And Rinoshi's gonna be like, dude, you think I know things? I literally came to this country this morning. I talked to the chief of the Supreme Court, and he said, yo, defend this guy and you can stay. Otherwise, get the fuck out of my country.
He asked me some stuff.
Axe, you also get really defensive when anybody else in the chat says anything about you. Don't be sassy to the other chat people.
Also, if you're saying we're doing a great job, why are you bemoaning the situation? Those are two opposites, my dude.
Yes, you already did this finally. We'll keep going. There we go.
Wanted to know me name and what I was up to in that. Then I heard something from up above. Someone screamed.
Ah, yes, that laid first boy. On the roof deck, one would presume, yes. That's Ponce.
Well, I didn't want no one to see my face, so I didn't look up.
I mean, I still feel like we could resolve the situation very clearly. We grab first and be like, oi, hat man, is this the hat you saw? Because there's no way Gina owns more than one hat. I'm gonna be real.
They only have one character model, that's what's up.
Also true.
Then the horses then the horses were drawn up smart, and then this Irishman says to me, get back under the seat. I'll see that you can get away later. The fuck, my... I know there's supposed to be more letters missing here.
Well, I think it's because she's doing a direct quote from Magnus McGilded. So technically she may be saying that in an Irish accent. I don't know.
I don't know.
Get back under the seat. I'll see that you can get away later. Oi, Governor, you like my impression?
All 6 members of the jury have decided the defendant was innocent. For one brief shining moment. Oh,
No,
sorry.
it's me.
Yep.
That's okay. It's been a little bit where we step on lines from time to time. For one brief shining moment, yes.
It's clear that they are all still very unsure. If we could just find some conclusive piece of evidence among this new testimony, I'm sure we'd be able to clinch the verdict we want.
Yes, I think you're right. And I have this niggling feeling. Something's bothering me, but I just can't quite put my finger on it. Okay. Oh, okay. So that must mean we have the evidence, because nothing new got added. All right, let's review what we got. Autopsy, internal hemorrhaging, single stab wound. Crime scene photograph. The knife. Omnibus. Hold on, let's review this and see if there's anything new. Yeah, the portfolio is the same. Yeah, talking about shows. Crack it open. I think this is the same. Yeah, this is the same dialogue. Yeah, that's it. Okay, damn.
I think we should, I think our clue is probably either going to be, check the photo of the man. Can we, magnify anything?
I mean, we can pull it out and zoom in, but I don't think there's any specific details we can examine.
He had a single stab in. Okay. Photograph of the omnibus, clearly visible, partly obscured by an old crooked hat.
Brickmaker, 54, stabbed.
And can we look inside the gloves?
Nope.
Okay. I was wondering if there's something inside or anything.
I can't find anything out of place. No, that's a good call in these kinds of games. I guess we'll just check me knife.
Check the knife.
The sheath. Yeah. This is a blade conversation. All right, we popped it out. Yes, this is the M. Yeah, it's the same. There's the blood. Yeah, this is all the same dialogue we got before.
Check near the hilt or the. Oh no, nothing.
Yeah,
Damn
doesn't
it.
look like anything.
I feel. I guess maybe the.
Okay.
Go over the omnibus again.
Well, hold on. Let's double check what she's got. Because we got wasted time, nothing sure for the troubles. Can't see a thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there. Hear the loud bang.
Oh, what was the loud bang? Oh wait, yeah, no, that was the body.
She doesn't
hitting.
know. She said that she thought it's the body hitting the floor. There's no dialogue options we missed in pressing, so. Yeah, I guess we can look again. I kind of wish there wasn't a dialogue every time we had to do that. So we got the new blood stain, clearly different. We got the old blood stain.
I'll check the old blood stain.
Yeah. It's blood that's soaked into the seat, the victim's obviously. We're talking about this. So there is there's a lamp. No, there's sadly nothing for the lamp, and then that's just for this over here, oddly enough. It's a large skylight. Yeah, so we already covered all that. This is still empty, right? Yep. Yeah, I'm not really sure what it is. Like, the game very clearly telegraphed that we have a piece of evidence already. Because I think we pressed every statement, right? We pressed all 5, guys?
I think so. Take a look around. Let's see if there's something.
Nope, that goes to the top. I thought I was
Oh.
aiming for the front mid bench, but this is the roof deck. This all seems like the same dialogue. Cold air. Hey, buddy, did you say? Oh, that's a good one.
Let's
Nice. Yeah, we should double check the bottom just in case. What the fuck? But yeah, we can't. Nope, no, it won't. It will not. This is as far up as it will let me tilt.
Well, let's keep doing the.
I don't think I see anything.
Wait, why is there a phoenix right on the back?
There is. That's hilarious.
Ow. So we got a ladder.
Yeah, and the ladder's not a dialogue. I guess the only thing is this a separate from the roof deck? But I don't think it will. Oh, no. Okay, it is. All right, certainly see the inside of the carriage. Lamp in the enclosed cabin. See quite clearly. That's it. Ryunosuke, I want you to acknowledge there's a fucking latch right there. But no, I don't see anything direct. Shit. Yeah, I got nothing.
Oh, let's back out.
Okay. Let's try this statement again and review. Loud bang on the floor. Because, like, I would assume normally with this system, we're waiting for him to twitch, but I didn't see him twitch at all. Oops, I did accidentally hit the button for that. Can I load the autosave there? Hold on, actually, what time is it?
Wait, how far is the autosave?
I might be back a couple statements. No, let's not bother. All right,
Just
I'll take
just-
the L on the pip there. Actually, no, it's not showing us our health bar, so maybe not. That's pretty funny. Kind of you ask it all. Here, have yourself a tip. Ah, my eye. These guys acting out for his general well-being. Okay, we didn't get punished for that. Okay, but yeah, I would have said.
After
But
a while, I hear you.
let me press again and actually do that dialogue. I didn't realize pressing X would. Usually it's triangle to do things. Yeah, so she's confused. Could have been. Doesn't remember so well. Made her jump. Scream. Well, you couldn't leave through the skylight because if you were inside already, because the latch isn't on the inside. But if we're trying to come up with defenses, we could say that one of the upstairs guys could have unlatched the skylight. They could have dive bombed right in. Cushion gets lighter. Defendant set up. Van Zeeks is pissed. She did see it. Cushion sitting. That matches his story. Turns around and looks at me. Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing any obvious contradictions in her. Let's hold on. Let's run through the statements again from the top. Snuck in this carriage. Waste of time. Nothing to show. Can't see a thing. It is pitch dark in the hole.
Wait. Then if she heard nothing, then wouldn't she have heard those two people getting in at some point?
Actually, yeah. Let's see. My thing had pitch in there. Yeah, I don't think we have a piece of evidence that, like, talks about that. That is a good question where they found the sheath. I don't think that information was provided for us. Maybe it was lying nearby. Let me see. I want to try this press again because I want to watch McGilden again more closely. Because this is the one where she talked about the seat being thin, I think. I'm going to lean over, so I might be quiet while I make sure to stare right into McGilden's Willy Wonka eyes.
Also, she says she shoves the storage stuff somewhere, but
Yeah, but we don't know where. But we're not. The problem is we're not getting any. There's no game
it's not gonna-
mechanics yet. We're not getting any action we can work on. Usually, when you press all the statements, you get some new evidence. Like I said, I assume they want us to catch McGilded reacting to something, or Gina reacting to something McGilded says, but I didn't see it all the first time we did this. Oh, that wasn't the one where she talked about the cushions. My bad, guys. I thought it was that one. I guess that means it's this one? Oh, yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Her slang, the god permit. On the carriage, don't got anyone in it. Come at your hiding place. No, he's pretty dead-faced. Mm-hmm. Nope, you're normal.
wait.
What's up?
She said that when she took a peek, she was looking at him. Well, maybe that's just the way he's explaining it.
Yeah, that does kind of... I mean, there are some contradictions in her statements. The problem is we don't have, like... I really wish we'd gotten, like, a bit of evidence that was like, and here's what McGilded said earlier, because there's clear errors.
I mean, can we, like, present the omnibus to her and ask...
Let's try the hold it again on this. Jot, push the curtain up. Look. Who's got the fiddle? No, this guy's just stone cold as she says that. Damn.
I think you should present the omnibus.
Yeah, let me do a little bit of save scumming. I'll save before we get into it, and we'll start just throwing the omnibus at different statements. Oh, hold on. That was new.
I don't remember that.
No. Excuse me, sir. Hold on. That's new.
I could have swore we hadn't seen that before.
Do we have to do that twice? That's a little bullshit game if we had to do that twice. Is something wrong, Mr. McGilded? Oh, I do apologize. Was there something the matter, Counsel? Yeah, you had a coughing fit just now. I was wondering if Miss Lestrade's comment made something occur to you, perhaps. You stalling motherfucker. You seem to be thinking something to yourself, like, oh, I did it, Faith and Magora. Oh, no, it was nothing important. Nothing important. I was feeling bad for the poor lasses all, with her claustrophobia. I remember feeling desperate myself as a young lad shut up in the dark. 'Twas terrifying, it was. I'm sure we can all sympathize. I'm still scared of the dark now. Is it because of the closet, Ryunosuke? I don't know about yourself. Oh. Okay. But I find that the darkness seems to make everything you hear seem that much louder as well. She's like, what the fuck is this guy saying to me?
Is she, like, threatening him a little bit? Her a little bit?
I mean, his pointed looks, we can't tab over, but, like, he certainly has a way of speaking with his eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. I suppose it does. Maybe.
Miss Lestrade! Did you hear something that night? Anything? An unusual noise, perhaps? A knife going into stomach sound?
Nah, not really. All I could hear was the Irish snoring. Wait a minute.
But jeebers! There's no need to tell the whole world of my foil, ye little scamp.
Wait a minute. She didn't hear a damn thing, though, until the thud, so she wouldn't have heard him snoring.
Well, I'm hoping that they're going to add that statement to the record, so we might be able to challenge it more, press on it, maybe. Did you read this line?
I did.
Okay.
If only Miss Lestrade had heard something, it might have given us a vital new clue.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? What should we make of that last statement of hers? It's profoundly important. It's almost like we've been stonewalling for like 10 minutes. My lord, I believe that statement just made by the witness is profoundly important. Profoundly important? But all she said was that she heard nothing. Yes, which is a profoundly important point. I'm almost sure of it. I'm almost sure that I don't understand the inner workings of your Eastern mind, Counsel. Nevertheless, Miss Gina Lestrade, you will supplement your formal testimony by repeating that last statement, please.
What? Supplement? What you on about?
Can I eat that?
Is it tasty? Don't give me your fancy talk. I don't know what you're trying to do. Well, it won't work on me.
That's right, insult the judge. Always a good move. That's when he uses his laser beam eyes. Okay, so we can press the new statement.
Yep.
You were straining to hear what was happening the entire time? Since the moment you hid yourself? Blah.
Not exactly, no.
Sorry? Beg pardon?
Well, there was no one in the cabin to start with. I could just push the curtain up and have a butcher's to see what was what. But then, when I saw this swell getting on, I got my head down so he didn't notice me.
I think he noticed you. And Mr. McGilded sat on the seat under which you were hiding, correct?
Yeah. Wait. Can you press that shit or no?
No, it's not a proper reaction. It's just funny.
Yeah. Would you Adam and Eve it, eh? What a mug.
Gina, are you using Cockney rhyming slang right now?
Yeah. I was actually looking up how to do it, and apparently that's how they do it. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, Adam and Eve, I think, is because it rhymes, is slang for believe it.
Believe, yep. So then all I could do was listen. I was waiting to jump out, and there I was as soon as I earned his leave, see? Wouldn't it? Not likely. Even though we were stopped in there, I never heard the door open.
Oh, you didn't hear the door open, you say? Then how the fuck did Brickman get inside?
So I just had to stay put and listen to him driving his pigs to market, snoring like an old dog he was. Did this murder take place somewhere else?
Are there any conclusions we can draw from that? Yeah, there's a problem. I mean, there is a latch on the roof. That would be... There was a loud thump. I mean, that could be a legitimate argument. I mean, like I said, Magnus McGill is being sus as hell, but there could be a legitimate strain here that they shanked him on the roof, popped the latch, and just dumped him inside. Because you wouldn't think that was what was happened, right?
Right.
So that may be what we're going for. Anyway, Miss Lestrade, what you've just told the court is clearly at odds with the facts. At odds? Are you sure, man? Yes. Absolutely.
It seems my learned and Nipponi's friend is not as dull-wilted as I feared. I'm just gonna give him the deep voice. That's all I'm gonna do.
But you gotta still remember to do the bleh when he does the ellipses.
I will. Don't worry.
So Van Zykes realized it too.
I love the violins.
I mean, all of the games have really good soundtracks, but they went for an orchestral for Great Ace Attorney. It's really good, guys. Counsel, I must insist that you bolster your claim with evidence, or some complicit party's name at the very least. Yes, my lord. I expect you to demonstrate this alleged contradiction to the court. According to Miss Lestrade, whilst she was hiding in the omnibus that night, she heard nothing but the sound of Mr. McGillicuddy snoring. But think, Renosuke, think. Charge it
Ooh,
up.
double.
There's something she should have heard. Show a person. Yeah.
And show Mr. Brick thrice fired.
Yeah. Very well, my lord. Allow me to elaborate. Oh, the desk slam. On a particular sound that Miss Lestrade could not have failed to hear in the night in question. The presence of the following person. This guy. When the fuck did he get on the omnibus? Thrice fired Mason? Yes, my lord. The sound that Miss Lestrade cannot have failed to hear is that of the victim, Mr. Mason, boarding the omnibus.
Oh, we go crazy.
Yeah, get the jams on. Order! Order! Explain your reasoning, counsel. Miss Lestrade, allow me to confirm something. You claimed earlier that you were the first person on board the omnibus. Is that correct?
Yeah, of course I was. I got on while the driver was in the pub, didn't I?
He was having a pint at the pub. And the next person to board the omnibus was Mr. McGilded? That it was. Not a soul was in the cabin when I climbed aboard. At least, not in plain sight. So you were, to all intents and purposes, alone in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus at that time. Did I not just say as much? I wasn't traveling with anyone else, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, I saw him get on, remember? Do the crack under the seat cushion. He was on his own for sure.
So I think there's two possibilities here. Either both of these guys are lying and Mason got on at the same time as McGilded, or he was thrown through the skylight. I don't know which is correct.
I'm thinking that Mason sat on the seat, and I mean not Mason. McGilded sat on the seat, and maybe in that time before the door closed. Oh, no, she's saying he was on his own for sure. I'm not sure now.
I mean, she can't really be sure because if he got in, she looked out and then he went to sit on her seat, she would have had to retreat very fast.
Yeah, it's a possibility, but that means that McGilded basically hid the fact that Mason got on, which makes him very sus. I'm trying to figure out.
So like I said, I'm not entirely sure based on the stories. Hoops is in the wrong here, but
we need more evidence.
Sure Ryunosuke is going to present the story that something fucking weird happened. And from what we've heard, the carriage made a number of stops after that on its onward journey. During which time, did you not hear the door opening or closing at all?
Nah, I never heard it. That's exactly what I was listening for, waiting for the swell to leave.
In which case, when and how did the victim end up in the carriage? I think that carried over a little. We know that the victim collapsed inside the enclosed cab of the omnibus. Therefore, Miss Lestrade's statement about what she did or did not hear is at odds with the facts.
Yes, this petty thief's statement was clearly flawed.
Lord Van Sykes! Yes, he knew. He knew all too well that there was an inconsistency in Miss Lestrade's statement. But because it was cross-ex, he couldn't say shit.
It would seem words of thanks were in order for my learned friend.
Oh, he thinks well of us now.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Van Sykes?
You have demonstrated matters impeccably. This witness and her colorful statements are entirely unreliable. Her words are convenient untruths, nothing more.
Well, Van Sykes, I'm pretty sure you can't impeach our witness's credibility outside of cross-ex. Victim not in the boat. Ah,
she's
shit, Granny! Kill the child! Fuck you, urchin!
God, we are going so back and forth.
She didn't even say anything! I didn't want to judge the dear little mite just because she might have some rather naughty ways. But I must say, don't fuck with Granny. I can't abide liars.
And neither can I.
Mr. Foreman!
I didn't want to judge the girl just because she had some less than salbricious ways. But I must say, I cannot abide liars.
Are we gonna get our second summation examination?
Mr. Naruto, that's 5 jurymen is leaning towards guilty.
Shit, is it just the maid holding out? No, Van Zykes! Don't you
Not
dare!
the one!
I mean, it could be worse. There's a prosecutor, and I know it's Ace Attorney 3. Why am I prevaricating? The prosecutor in 3 loves coffee, but he will occasionally chuck the mug at Phoenix Wright, so... Van Zykes hasn't thrown us at us yet.
Well, your consideration for others is refreshing, my Deepanese friend. To the considerable troubles you have spared me.
Sip.
Yes, very refreshing.
Ah! Garg! What are you playing at? Have you forgotten who you're working for, you useless Eastern? I think that might be a slur, so I'm not gonna say it. Oh, excuse me, sir?
Please stop that.
Don't do that.
This
is carnage. It's perfect. Sure, number 2 is the only one left.
Mr. Naruto, the way this is going.
I know. If we can't find some new way to convince everyone of Mr. McGilden's innocence, the judge will rule and we'll have lost. No, don't you do it. I very much wanted to believe the words of one of London's most respected gentlemen, but those of us in service know we must accept hard truths.
Didn't you just say this?
Hold it!
Oh, shit.
Don't you fucking vote. Yes, the witness's last statement seems to have revealed a critical inconsistency in her story. However, if we consider the possibility that her statement is, in fact, the truth, this may shed an entirely new light on this whole case.
What are you saying?
Counsel? I'm sorry, sir. Whatever do you mean? Counsel, I will not tolerate you attempting to... Well, that's a word I'm not familiar with. Prorogue? My adjudication? Explain yourself at once.
Oh, interesting. Let me just read this out. Prorogue. Discontinue a session, a parliament, or other legislative assembly without dissolving it.
Oh, yeah, that is kind of what we're going for.
When the accused boarded the omnibus on the night in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. Subsequently, the carriage door was not heard opening a single time, as testified by the witness in the stand.
And yet the victim's body was found inside the carriage.
If this petty thief's words are to be believed, how do you explain the miracle's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus?
Charge it up. Okay, we're gonna have an option here. There's only one way to explain how the victim came to be inside. He was there already. There's another entrance. He was put there after he died. Technically,
No,
the skylight would be another entrance?
Yeah, no, because he was still bleeding out, apparently. So he was probably still alive then. So I'm thinking another entrance.
All right, we got full strike, so we'll try another entrance. And if that's not the correct one, we can do he was there after he died. No, the music didn't stop. This probably isn't it, but we'll see. If the door wasn't opened even once, the only explanation is that the victim entered the enclosed cabin through some other way.
Objection!
Yes, objection. Fuck you.
I wonder what new fantasy you would come up with in your blind panic.
Hey, shut the fuck up, man.
But behold, the omnibus is here for all to see.
Oh, Judge, please ask me to point out where the other entrance is.
Only one side of the enclosed cabin is furnished with a door. The other only has windows. Fixed windows, which cannot possibly open. In
Oh,
short,
maybe we do got it right. He's setting me up.
there is no entrance to the cabin other than the door.
I mean, we keep yelling about that latch on the skylight.
But there could be. There's one possibility you haven't considered. You forgot to look up.
Oh, really? I like how we're just both fist on the fucking
Yes.
desks.
Yes, one other way that isn't the door. Another opening, the use of which allowed the victim to appear inside the cabin.
Bleh.
Ah! Lucky charms. All right, counsel. The defense will identify the location for the court. Here is the omnibus in which the incident occurred. Well, actually, not this. This is literally it. This is a drawing.
I mean, myself.
Where on earth is this entrance by which you propose the victim entered the cabin? Give me the cursor. Right there. Now the music stopped. There we go.
Yeah, I was right.
The answer is obvious. It can only have been the skylight.
Oh, shit, we went with the organs.
I say, the skylight?
Your ludicrous proposal almost has me lost for words. However,
We don't even let him get the however. Fuck you. Objection. The skylight may well be large enough for someone to pass through. Somebody give me a tape measure.
oh shit! So you claim. But do you have even a shred of evidence to support your addle-brained theory?
No. Both Mr. McGilden and Miss Lestrade said the same in their testimonies. They each claimed to have heard a loud thud, such as the noise of someone made falling to the floor. Yes, which was already a good explained, as the sound of the victim falling from his seat, having been assaulted with the dagger. Yeah, but would a man slipping from the seat onto the floor really have made such a loud noise as the witnesses described? It is true. Gina said it was a loud thump.
Yes.
A noise loud enough to cause Miss Lestrade to let out an involuntary cry, in fact. Goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. I think we've done that joke once or twice tonight.
Oh, I've done it several times.
Perhaps, in fact, that was the moment that the victim made his entrance into the cabin. No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it.
Objection!
You're now suggesting that the victim fell from the skylight into the cabin. That's simply impossible.
I'm just waiting for the wine glass to like magically move like a foot over and for him to just crush the whole thing flat like it's a beer can. How can you be so sure?
Because if the victim had fallen inside through the skylight, as you say, the passengers on the roof deck would have seen it happen. And yet, not one person made not one person made mentions of such events in their testimony.
Well, yeah, that's true, but... Oh. Hold it! No, that was too English. Mighty humble fella. Make a wee comment here. No, not really. Shut the fuck up. Mr. McGilden?
But he's talking.
Just bonk him in the head with a wine bottle. To be sure now, the two fellows that were sat on the roof that testified afore said not under the victim falling through the skylight. But it seems to me, my lord, that 'tis not so much a case of them not saying, but... Aye. 'Tis a case of them being unable to say. But what? I think perhaps the two fellas do be having something of a compelling reason not to mention what happened. Thanks to the power of my stand. Would you not agree, fine ladies and gentlemen of the jury? McGilden, you're not supposed to address the jury, I am. Oh my goodness, surely not. These two chaps on the roof?
You mean the one stuck that knife in the man were?
Ah!
Oh shit, we back.
Hold it! Just what exactly are you insinuating here, you blitherer? Oh, first you're the best. I really hope you didn't stab a guy.
You rotter, he said. You rotter. What are you insinuating?
This is a flaming outrage. Just like the flaming onion you can buy at Outback Steakhouse. I have a good mind to give you a blinker in a minute.
I'll give you a shot in a minute, he said. And so will I.
Mr. Fairplay, how the fuck did you get in the stand? You're effectively accusing me, a city gentleman and well-respected banker.
And me, a very angry hatter.
You missed the joke there. 0 out of 10. Suggesting that someone like me could have stabbed that man in the guts? It's... What in tarnation? It's a disgrace. It's scandalous. I protest. I protest in the strongest possible terms.
Was this an attempt to frame McGilded? The fuck?
This is a great animation.
That's right. I protest too. About you, you rotten scoundrel.
The witness stand is very full all of a sudden. Order! 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 This is not the time, witnesses. I will not permit this wanton invasion of the stand. Return to the anteroom at once. I have
they
not
just
called you.
They just went like,
Yeah, they just fucking kicked down the door and were like, hold it. But it's beyond reason, my lord. It's outrageous.
It's very hurtful, you know.
My lord, if I may comment.
We did not find first name in the logbook, but Bruce Fairplay definitely does. Go ahead, Lord Van Zyx.
It was the defense that incited this outburst from the witness. My learned friend has said fit to abandon all protocol and accuse the witnesses without proof.
Whoa, Van Zyx. I didn't say shit. That was my client, okay? Accuse? I never intended to.
It seems, young Nipponese, that your command of the English tongue is wanting.
How dare you?
You proposed to this court that the victim fell through the skylight from the roof deck of the Onumbus. That hypothesis cannot possibly stand without the rooftop passengers being aware of the events.
actually, now that I mention it, didn't they say they only got on the roof because they couldn't get into the cabin?
True, they said it was supposed to be locked.
You have branded these gentlemen liars. You have intimidated their criminal guilt.
I feel like long ago, they might even have said that they tried to, like, knock and the guy didn't notice. I think their language might have ambiguous that McGilded could have just been asleep, like he says. But it also could be that somebody was sitting in there and was just like, no, you can't come in. Somebody might have even said waved him off. But anyway, we're getting to the court now.
In our British court of law, that is what's termed a baseless accusation.
But the organs are going crazy, Baron. I know it was rash to put this idea forward without any actual evidence, but you can't just dismiss it without a second thought.
Sure they can.
What are we wasting time for? Get that up. Shit, it's stuck again. Fuck. Testify!
Not ruin this blade. I thought there was something fishy about that hat from the moment I laid eyes on the fellow. We have to see through this. We have to see through this matter thorough now, one way or another.
Let me get my shotgun. If there's filth and rubbish in our midst, we must dispose of it at once. Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa, public opinion.
Damn.
What's happening, Mr. Naruhodo?
It's got really metal all of a sudden. The spectators in the public gallery, they're in a complete frenzy.
This is slightly terrifying.
Okay, good. They shut the fuck up when the judge hit his hammer. Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First. My lord, I'm slightly intimidated right now. You will take the stand again and make another formal testimony in reference to the indictment brought by the defense. Yes, my lord.
There's a panic.
I didn't come here for this.
No time to think this through. All I can do is keep pushing forward.
All right, here we go.
Refuting the accusation. Oh yeah, we got the Allegro version of the questioning theme. Pick up those violins. We were the only people up on that roof deck, dead or alive. I can swear to that. Dead or alive.
Warning. If anything had happened where we were sitting, don't you think one or the other of us would have noticed?
In any case, neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill that man.
Skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't have possibly have opened it.
That is incorrect, buddy. You overstepped there. If you're so sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof? Well, I mean, we think it's fake, but technically there could be some proof in the bloodstain on the floor as well. I think we got a couple of things we can pick on there.
I mean, if we could just press everything, we might as well press everything.
Yeah, I don't remember if Great Ace Attorney is one of those games where, in some of the classic Ace Attorney games, you will actually get penalized if you press on the wrong statements in later cases.
Oh, really?
But we're still in the middle of this one, and I don't think Great Ace Attorney does that. It's kind of an unpopular mechanic because normally pressing is for free and usually gets you all the funny dialogue, even if it's not the right statement. I must say, listening to this testimony, it's somewhat hard to imagine how either witness could have performed any malevolent act upon this open rooftop deck, without the other noticing forthwith. Your Honor, that's why it's a conspiracy. That's right, you see. Bruce Fairplay, owner of the Bruce Fairplay.
But innocent, I tell you. Although logically, of course, the argument falls down that the two of you are in collusion with one another.
Thank you, juror number 4. That's a great textbook example of conspiracy. What?
Eh?
Nani?
According to investigations by Scotland Yard.
I love the scroll.
The two witnesses share no common dealings.
Van Zyke just has all the info.
Yeah, where the fuck is this? Van Zykes, give me this police report, okay? Well, I don't trust any coppers more than I trust the sticky rich.
Who do you trust then?
My knife! Something doesn't feel right here. What the fuck is happening in this case? This trial is going in our favor, really. So why do I feel so uneasy? It's because this trial is very scuffed, Ryunosuke.
We're in kangaroo court.
Like, I mean, no, in real life, if you, even at this point in history, I think if you were in the public gallery and you started, like, standing up and banging on the bars, shouting, testify, the judge would, like, kick all of you out. Like, that is not normal. That's freaky deaky. But, Mel Strongheart didn't hand us no softball case. This one has a lot of public attention, I guess. Anyway, yes, my lord, we're going to resume cross-examination. Okay, so I think it's the last couple of statements that are the problematic ones. Yeah, you're on the roof. Here's the first thing about the victim. Alright, I'm going to press this one. Are you quite certain about that? That the skylight was shut the entire time? Oh, God, no. I just realized we got this fucking thing 4 deep. Fuck. Well, thankfully, it'll give us a little icon. I'm gonna lose my block with you in a minute.
He's gonna lose his rag with you in a minute. That's what he said.
This guy's really playing flunky.
Take a look for yourself. Go on. Yeah, there's a fucking latch. It's you see, it's shut fast now, just like it was on that night. So it is, of course. A fellow the size of Mr. Mason could likely break through it still and all. What? Just looking at the size of the thing, you understand. No. Now you hold on a minute there, sir. The size of the thing means nothing. Also, I do love how the judge isn't like, yeah, defendant, street urchin, you're dismissed. You can go back to the defendant's box. We're just gonna pack the fucking witness stand. Now on its own, let's consider the bigger picture here, shall we? Let's stop biting our cane, shall we? It's true. Nobody in the Ace Attorney series knows what the fuck Discovery is. The prosecution just throws reports at you.
I was riding the omnibus on another occasion when, well, I broke wind. Loudly. I shocked myself with it as it happens.
The fuck?
This is an unexpected confession, Mr. First. Please don't say that again.
Oh, I just mean to say, well, the point is, I tried to open the skylight, you see. But, just my luck, I couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible. Everyone was looking daggers at me, sir. I went as red as rose. I did.
Are you expecting me to sentence you?
Oh, no, sir. The point is, the skylight can't be opened. I tried and tried while I was inside that cabin of shame.
Ha ha ha!
Excuse me.
Oh, the music stopped.
Do you have something to say about that, Miss Lestrade? Wow, she didn't flinch at all.
I love this cheeky git.
Miss Lestrade.
It opens.
Hmm?
The skylight. That's what we're talking about here, right?
Oh, shit. She's getting loaded. Fuck. Somebody stop her. Oh, my God.
All of the skylights open dead easy.
More easily than you could load that weapon?
That's a lie, I tell you. Otherwise, when I broke wind,
It only opens from the outside, I bet.
Yeah, it only opens from the... I mean, that's where we saw the latch. I think it's got a lock.
Yeah.
You can't do it from the outside, you mug.
That was inside, but...
Oh.
Oh, good. She put it away. Thank God.
Thank God.
Look, a few weeks ago, I was up on the roof deck one of them drags. And I had a great haul. I mean, I had pussies counting on my ears.
Miss Lestrade, this is not the forum to be you Googleizing on the subject of your criminal activities. I shall have you sent to the orphanage forthwith.
I'll give you a paddling.
Well, anyway, I had a bit of a scare. When I lifted the last bloke's purse, he got wise to me. All four of them surrounded me, so I couldn't hop off the bus and leg it. So what I did was, I used the skylight. Just opened the catch and jumped right through.
What?
Yeah, the catch from the skylight is on the top side. That's why you can't open them from the cabin.
Yeah, Ryunosuke, you only literally looked dead onto the skylight, I think, like 4 or 5 times during the course of this investigation. It's okay. The game won't let you realize the latch opens. The skylight opens from the roof deck?
She probably buys, food and clothes.
Yeah, I guess. Also, again, if she's an urchin, she may or may not need that to, like, pay her little urchin rent somewhere in some horrible flop house. Bailiff! Climb up onto the roof of the omnibus at once and verify the witness's claims. Zoom. Enhance. Latch.
Open!
Ah!
Oh, my hat. Hey.
Ooh. New music piece. A little bit of accordion in here. Or street organ. Order! Order! Order!
It makes me think of something dockside, you know?
Yeah. Makes you think of Gina Lestrade with a monkey and an organ grinder. So, it appears this girl's statement is quite true. I don't believe it. The skylight opens, and from the roof deck. I've got these motherfuckers.
Mr. Naruhodo. This could be the clue we've been looking for.
Well, counts for the defense. Please continue your cross-examination. Yes, my lord. So the skylight opens. Perhaps I should investigate for myself. Oh, okay, hold on. You want me to... Want me to examine again for myself? Okay, so maybe now we can... Zoom. So the skylight was fastened shut before...
Now the catch has been undone. We should be able to open it.
Maybe Axe's wild speculation from like 30 minutes ago was correct. There'll be blood on it.
Well, it's...
Okay. You can certainly see inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure.
Yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin. Try going inside and see if something changed from the inside.
Oh, yeah, I think this is the same thing. That's not good. Yeah, it's literally the same dialogue. Okay, so yeah, we have to go inside. That's when we can zoom and enhance. Let me in! We've literally done this like 6 times, guys. Calm down. Aha! Axe was correct. Look at this. Now, admittedly, that's a little brighter than normal. But still, yeah, we got a little thing there.
And some bloodus. On the rimus.
Anyway, Susato line.
Yes, it does open very wide, doesn't it? Wide enough to kick someone like you through, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo. Why are you using him as fucking...
I'm just imagining like Susato like measuring with her hands. I'm just like, hold on, there's not like a Susato drop kick, is there? Why someone like me?
Ah!
What is it?
Look, just here. Look at this.
That's without question. Shoe polish.
Strawberry jam.
There's only one man who would dare give me the strawberry. Van Zykes!
It's blood.
Or it's Van Zykes wine. No, it's not. It's if they're saying it's blood, it's probably blood. Why would there be a blood stain here?
Surely,
Something
it
not-
can't be unrelated to the case, can it?
I mean, it can't. Yeah, there's no way it's not related to this case in some way, whether it's fake or real. Axe is correct. The blood on the floor and this now are like much brighter than there. All right, we've updated the omnibus. Okay. I think we just present this to Bruce Fairplay on his statement we're at right now. Cause let me back. Where's your proof you fell through the skylight? Well, it's funny you ask, Mr. Fairplay. Objection. On the night in question, the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach. And immediately afterwards, the victim's body was pushed through the skylight into the cabin below. Those are the facts. And the irrefutable proof remains clearly visible in the omnibus that stands before us in this very courtroom. What? That's utter humbug. You can't possibly have any evidence.
Excuse me. You can't. I mean, we didn't do it. I tell you, it's impossible.
Irrefutable proof here in this courtroom.
Counsel, my lord, I believe everyone would appreciate a little clarification here. Harumph. Where exactly in the omnibus is this evidence to which you allude? You will point out what it is that is proof from the thing when the skylight. Okay. Nope. Other side.
Keep rotating. There you go. Rotate.
Got it. By Jupiter! Stars and thunderbolts! Is that blood? Van Zykes, quick!
I need him to do a fucking wine smash here.
Yarg. This bloodstain proves two things. Firstly, you're a bitch. Second, you're a bitch. No, firstly, when the incident occurred, the skylight of the omnibus was open. What? And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening.
Oh my.
And so it follows that Mr. McGilded, who was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time, cannot possibly be guilty of this crime. No! We haven't got him yet because it's not a full breakdown, so. Order! Order! Order!
Oh.
Wow, he had a voice told it this time. But. He also did sound kind of like my Texan accent.
Yeah,
But the blood could have been sprayed up there where this fellow was stabbed inside the captain. No, he couldn't have. One stab wound, my dude. Blood spatter doesn't work that way. And only found its way to that one particular spot in the skylight. Sure, and that would be a very convenient. Let's keep it in mind that the skylight catch can only be unfastened from the roof deck. I myself wouldn't have been able to open it now, would I?
But. There's no way to know for certain, is there? If the jet really fell through the skylight, I mean.
Well, buddy, that's not a good argument for you to have. You are like one of the two people who would be able to say for sure. Why don't you have a good look on the floor of the cabin between the two seats, Mr. First? The pause on that line there was in real life. Omega did the Fry eye narrow face. I get a little sus when witnesses start bringing up evidence that we didn't bring up. That's not normal. It's all too plain, if you see. There's the aftermath that shows the poor fellow dropped from a fair height. Right there, so it is. What? No.
But it can't be. It's all
Lies!
My fellow jury members. I think we can all agree that this is clear proof the defendant's innocent, can't we?
I mean, yeah, you can all agree to it now, but in 5 minutes, Van Zyke's gonna be like, and furthermore,
Fuck you, wine glass. Boots!
both the defendant and the lawyer are foreign, therefore they must be guilty automatically.
A boot to the face.
Yeah.
And one for Jenny and the Wimp.
There is actually there's a couple of edits and dubs of that with Ace Attorney, actually.
Oh yeah, no, that's the first time I saw it.
Oh, yeah.
That's why it always sticks out to me.
Yeah, I don't remember. Is that a college humor bit? It's from one of the sketch comedies of the 2000s. I believe we can, yes, sir. It's clear to me now that where the filthy rubbish can be found in this courtroom.
I keep expecting this girl to just pop out a Flemmenwoofer.
So, they thought they could pull the wool over my eyes, did they? Not like how I got my knife stuck.
I won't tolerate any of the guild's carrots being sullied with blood. I won't tolerate it.
They haven't invented bleach yet.
How do they get blood out nowadays?
I think we have special compounds that attack the organics. Though, I will also say, guys, fun fact to you from my criminal justice studies. When I was in forensics, it was brought up how we collect evidence. Nowadays, when we find bloodstains, what the cops do, they just excise the whole stain. They'll take an X-Acto knife and they'll just remove the bloodstain. If it's in carpet, whatever, they will take the blood. And then your insurance will hopefully pay for a replacement because they don't give a fuck. They want the evidence. So, yeah, Van Zyke's taking of the whole omnibus is not actually that crazy. Oh, I always knew the nice gentleman who gave us that delightful park couldn't have done such a thing.
You're all wishy-washy as fuck.
You are correct.
On three, then, everyone. 1, 2,
And...
Oh, no, they're actually going to do it.
3.
No, there it is.
Yes,
I
there
knew
it
it was
is.
coming.
A chilling performance, Mr. McGilded.
Oh. And what would you be referring to now there? There now, Lord Van Sykes.
Blair. A bloodstain on the frame of the skylight. Such evidence is null and void.
What? Why?
For one extremely simple reason. That smear of blood never existed.
I mean, it exists now. What are you talking about? It's there for all to see, and it is clearly blood.
Objection!
I personally attended Scotland Yard investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the carriage with a fine-tooth comb.
Hmm?
So I can state with absolute surety. No such smear of blood existed in the carriage.
Oh, maybe they're so bright because they were added.
Yeah. That is
At
kind of
least.
that is one of our running theories.
Mm-hmm. At least, not until this trial began.
Like, I will say, this case is actually, I like how it's structured because you can't, with a lot of the way the evidence is, you can't really be sure. Because obviously Van Sykes is presenting that, you know, everything's fake, it's all legit. But there's still the argument to be had. Everybody's very sus. But, are you suggesting, Lord Van Sykes, that this stain of blood was...
Fabricated, my lord? Yes. And while this court has been in session,
What? Nani?
You gotta stop taking criticals like this.
What a palaver. I must say I didn't expect such crude reasoning from a prosecutor. Stand in, Lord Van Sykes.
Blair.
But
I
I'm
don't know, I'm not-
gilded. A fellow known all over the capital for his fine contributions to public life.
I don't want to say this dude is guilty, but he's acting super sus and
I mean, that's the problem.
Shady.
Everybody in this room is, like, fucking sus. And I think the only one who isn't is us, and that's just because we have no idea what the fuck is happening. And I guess the judge. Like, the jurors are wishy-washy as hell. Van Sykes is not exactly cooperating with us. And everybody in the witness stand right now is just being a weirdo. Shifty as fuck.
I think the most honest one is probably the street urchin.
I don't take this, and I don't take kindly to slander, and I'll fight it to the bitter end, with me gun hat, with the power of me stand, even if it's rolling off the tongue of the Reaper or the Bailey.
Mr. McGilded. I realize this is your first appearance in court as the accused. However, I am well aware of your involvement behind the scenes in a great many affairs of dubious nature.
Lucky Charms, Lucky Charms. Begorra, Begorra.
You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your own hands dirty.
Me, on the other hand, that's why I wear gloves.
And each time it happens that a case you're involved in is investigated, you adapt the facts.
Why didn't this come up beforehand?
Adapt the facts? What does that even mean? Yeah, like, honestly, like I said, Van Sykes not exactly playing this, like, straight and true. He probably should have actually had a Scotland Yard detective come in, because if he said they were... He can't really testify, oh, yeah, I was standing right there, because he's the prosecutor. It's conflict of interest. Like, of course he would say he was standing right there. But the police inspector could say, yeah, we followed procedure, blah, blah, blah. Always going for the poor.
When you wield a fortune the size of Mr. McGilded's, however ill-gotten it may be, nothing is impossible. Tampering with evidence, manipulating the scene of a crime, bribing witnesses. I toast your ability to concoct the most convenient of stories, sir.
Lord Van Sykes, this will not do, to be sure. Wait now, counsel. Oh, no. Objection, I guess? I think it's fair to say, this does all sound like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. The blood in the skylight didn't exist, you say?
Bleh.
But, if you all cast your minds back, is it not true that the omnibus has been in this courtroom the entire time? How could possibly anyone have smeared blood on it with the world and without the world and his wife seeing? It's an interesting turn of phrase. Isn't that right now, counsel?
The way that the orphan has her head tilted down right now.
Yeah, the two guys are freaking out. McGilded is cool as a cucumber, and Gina's just like, don't look at me, I'm not here.
Because I will say, it's sus as fuck, but McGilda did give a very pointed call out before all the smoke went off in the room.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
a
a
little
signal.
concerned.
The omnibus has been in full view the entire time that the court has been in session. Or has it?
My learned friend.
Well, fun fact, there is in fact a detective character later. I'll probably do that one so I can pretend to eat fish and chips. Nom 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 nom. Hmm?
Here's to hearing your opinion on this matter. In your own words.
Ooh, I think I can get a little more breathy with him.
As you wish. Could someone have tampered with the omnibus during this trial? If you're asking me, I think it could have been possible.
Could have been possible.
We definitely. I mean, like, we probably shouldn't be saying these things because we are absolutely damaging our client's position. But at the same time, there are actually ethical considerations when you're a lawyer. You're supposed to advocate for your client, but under certain restrictions, you are also a designated court reporter. So you have to be ethical in a certain sense. As a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defendant as best I can. But still, I feel as though there's something even more important at stake here. My very soul. There is no evidence to suggest that the defendant did as my learned friend suggests. Oh, now Rio's
And now
doing
we're
it.
calling him learned friend too. Nice.
However, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility.
Oh.
Good gracious. I'm not going to say it this time. I'm expecting it. Explain yourself, counsel.
Great muzzle fire.
Haha. I was lying.
Yes, there is. It seems my learned Nipponese friend has no intention of running from this deceit.
Did you see it? Can you eat it? I'm sure everyone still remembers clearly the recess that we were forced to take as a result of the smoke grenade fired by the witness currently in the stand, Miss Gina Lestrade.
And now she recovers.
Bang. 420, just blaze. Smoke weed every day.
Smoke weed with a ceramic frog. We already read all this.
This is a literal flashback. We're not going to do it in there. Yeah, Van Zykes tell him to secure the omnibus, call the emergency recess. Bailiff, grab the defendant.
If that grabs everyone, though.
I mean, I'm not. This may come up. Van Zykes might mention this. He did just say that with McGilded's money, nothing is out of the question. If he flipped the courtroom personnel, which will that's some 5-head 4D chess bullshit. If they're gonna be like, oh, he paid off the bailiffs and the constables ahead of time, but Zam, that's possible to be sure. Didn't the dude offer us what was it, 20 guineas or was it 100 guineas? He offered us
It was
a
like
ludicrous
1,000
amount of
guineas
money.
or
Yeah.
something.
It was a
1,000.
shitload of money just to stand here. The courtroom was filled with smoke and everyone was thrown into confusion. All of us were made to leave this chamber. In that brief interval, under the smoke and in all the chaos, it could have been possible to steal inside the omnibus. Not to steal inside the omnibus. It's a different use of the word.
I feel like McGilded is about to be like, you animal! Yes.
Are you wise? What are you trying to pull, you rotten, feckless gouger? Whoa, hold on. Feckless gouger? You offered to overpay me, buddy. I'm doing this pro bono. You're supposed to be defending me. 'Tis a wicked plot. It's a plot to undermine me, so it is. No, shut the fuck up.
Whatever you think this is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same.
Brrr.
I think I'm liking this voice.
Lucky Charms.
After this courtroom was evacuated earlier as a result of the smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus.
Get the violins going. Also, true fact, we literally did this ourselves. We looked. There was some new
Yeah, and we were like, the fuck?
inconsistencies, such as...
To start with, the storage compartment underneath the rear passenger seat.
My God, it's empty.
When the police investigated the omnibus, this compartment was full of the driver's items.
Oh, Mark, you like this one. Thank you.
Secondly, we have the smear of blood at the edge of the skylight.
Delicious, delicious blood. What?
As I have said, that was not present at the start of the trial this morning.
Trust me, I would have noticed. We would have used the blood scent. That's a Three Hopes meme if you haven't been playing that game.
I have been playing that game.
Fucking Professor Jaritza.
Oh, I actually like it too. Thank you.
Unfortunately, Lord Van Zyx, no one is able to corroborate your claims. Because, you know, you didn't bring any of the Scotland Yard guys up here. Which, by the way, would be what we would do. Van Zyx would be like, oh, you want corroborating witnesses? Subpoena, subpoena, subpoena.
Throw them out like fucking...
Make it rain witness statements. Bailiff, get me this guy, that guy, sergeant, that guy, and detective Butts. Which could actually work. There is a character... I kind of don't want to spoil the impression, but now that I brought it up, and Lucky might forget if we ever get to the original Ace Attorney Chronicles, your first client in Ace Attorney 1 is Phoenix Wright's childhood friend, Larry Butts, with a Z. And one T, but still. Mr. Butts is a valid name. When the omnibus was first wheeled out, the storage compartment and the skylight were shut. Accordingly, I'm afraid to say, we cannot establish with any certainty if this evidence is the result of tampering or not.
I feel it's slightly weird that we looked at it beforehand, saw these things, and now we can't be all like...
Indeed, my lord. No doubt there was not a single person who saw fit to verify such things.
I mean, McGilda did say your memory can be fickle. I think what the game is going for is that the player knows, but the player might not know because I don't think at any point did we actually have to examine it for evidence. So
You
you
should
could
be able to take pictures.
Yeah. Sadly, Herlock didn't come with us to this case and bring his camera with his fucking Kodiak camera.
Butt printer?
Yeah, his butt printer. Also, his weird his X-ray goggles and his fingerprint gun mist. That would be very helpful.
What do you think?
Sorry? What?
Oh god, I kind of wish we looked at the number at the back to see if they were actually the same one. Because I don't remember seeing the Phoenix Wright thing on the back on the first time.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, I don't know if you could actually physically swap the omnibuses, but you're right. We didn't think of. I mean, who would have thought that? Even if I remember like the beats of the case, it's not something that I would think of in the normal procedure of the thing. Like, oh, we need to take a note. Is there anything else unusual about the omnibus? I mean, I have an inkling. My lord. Yes, counsel. There is one further inconsistency.
Oh, you should
A mark that surely could not have been present at the start of the trial. What? What the devil's name are you gonna say now? If you dare betray me, you little maggot, you better start watching your back. Objection. Shut the fuck up.
Silence, McGilded.
Or I'll use my Space Ripper stingy eyes on you.
The court awaits the defense clarification.
If you steal my lucky charms. This trial keeps swinging one way and then the other. I have no idea what's the truth and what's deception. What am I supposed to believe here?
I think it's the blood stain on the ground.
Where's the alleged mark? So we've got that. We've got the rules. Those are the same. That's the same. There's that, but we didn't open the skylight before, so that could be there. So I think it is the floor one, yeah. Because we haven't talked about this at all, but we know for cold hard facts when we looked at this the first time, this shit wasn't here.
Yeah.
All right, we got five hit points we can do for it. If you consider the victim fell through the skylight onto the floor of the cabin, you would certainly expect to find signs of blood where he landed. But as far as I recall, this blood stain on the cabin floor was not there when the omnibus was first brought into this courtroom. Oh, good lord. Yes, I do believe you're correct, counsel.
Well said. Although, as advocate for the defense, one might say that was a very careless slip of the tongue.
It's not really a slip. I believe that bloodstain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. But if the question is whether that evidence is genuine or whether it was unlawfully fabricated by someone, I feel compelled to admit that there's at least a possibility that the evidence is fake. Oh, judge is perplexed.
Wide out.
Those guys are also shocked. Come on, give me the big man. Yarg! This trial is over. Mr. McGilded? I've done everything I possibly can to cooperate with the court, but it is all over now. But you're the defendant. It's over, I tell ye. Ah! Memory, recollection, what people think they saw, 'tis all a nonsense. Facts are what counts, and the fact is, the bloodstain is there, now. Ah, well. And over the course of this desperate trial, long and extremely drawn out as it has been, that good-for-nothing Reaper of the Bailey has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. I'm scandalized, so I am. I thought better of Lord Van Sykes. Well, my lord?
Jesus.
Dude, calm down.
No, he refuses. His top hat is agitated.
Get Miss Lestrade to hit you with that green shit. I must concur with the defendant. The unaffirmed recollections of an individual cannot stand as evidence. At this moment in time, the particular bloodstain in question is very much in existence. And in the absence of any credible method by which to prove its alleged previous non-existence. And this is why we take crime scene photos, guys. I regret to say that it would be improper for this trial to continue. Your lordship can't be serious. Lord Van Sykes, what is your position?
The prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present.
Is this dude just gonna get a fucking way with it?
Very well. In that case, as I believe we've explored every possible avenue in this matter, I shall proceed to make my adjudication, even though the scales are still slightly tipped towards guilty. As a formality, I am of course obliged to confirm with the defense first.
Oh shit.
What formality?
As things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGilded will be found not guilty,
Yes, that is what we wanted.
which would mean we've won.
Is that really the right outcome here? Is it really
I
all
have not
right
found
for
out
the
the truth
trial
here, and
to come to an end now with all these unexplained inconsistencies?
Nay!
My blade hungers for the truth. Counsel for the defense, your closing statement, please. Oh shit, we get closing statements?
A man desires a sword, and the sword desires the truth.
Yes, my lord. The defense believes... Ooh.
Oh no.
Shit, what do we say? I mean, I feel like the jury are such swingers, they're not going to care what we say, but what's the true in our hearts? I mean, I think it's the defendant could be guilty, because that was a humdinger of a freakout he had just then.
What if he's trying to protect someone else, though?
I mean, it could be true. But are we going to suggest that our sweet street angel has stabbed a man? Because we have no other evidence of anybody besides the character he's already seen being involved. Hell, they even took Beppo away. He didn't come back for this part.
No, I think he's innocent, but I think he's trying to cover up something.
Yeah, I think that still counts as, because it's not, we don't say he is guilty. It's he's innocent, like, definitely, or he could be guilty. I want to go with.
Well, I'll leave it up to you.
Yeah, I'll go with could be guilty. We'll see. We'll see. Hell, we'll see if Ritos can't even say it. Sometimes they don't let you do. I am here to advocate. As I stand before you here today, I am here in this courtroom today to advocate for the defense of my client, Mr. McGilded. However, at this moment in time, I can in all good conscience attest fully to the defendant's innocence. What's you saying, man? Without any question, there is no conclusive evidence to prove that the defendant is guilty. However, there is also no conclusive evidence to prove that he is innocent. Good. Good gracious me. Definitely great balls of fire. Quick, jury, the balls of fire. Order! Order! This is unprecedented behavior, counsel. A defense lawyer calling the accused innocent into question? Are you of sound mind? I mean, I'm just saying he could be guilty or he could be innocent. I feel like we're lacking evidence here.
Is this a giant ploy by McGilded?
Who the fuck knows?
Is he trying to find someone actually honest in this godforsaken city?
Wario time! Oh, it was a grand decision to appoint you as my lawyer, so it was. A grand decision. What? I must say, I didn't expect quite such an exciting spectacle at the end there, but still. Here, have this for your troubles.
Again in the eye!
Ah! Your job here is done, fella. That's some fine work. You've done, so you have. I mean, you can't say I didn't do work, because the jury was absolutely gonna fucking send you to the gallows within 5 minutes, and I was definitely talked them out of it because they were morons. To just the right honorable gentleman so succinctly put it before. The trial can't go on anymore. And your closing statement there was, how do you put it now? That's more than a formality. That is correct. Going full Wario there.
I really don't know what to make of all this. Was the evidence we seen genuine, or was it fake?
I mean, I do believe if you get to that point of the possibility of fake evidence, that is probably a mistrial.
True.
But then you return to square one and start over. Like, double jeopardy is a thing, but if it's a mistrial, not inconclusive, guilty or not guilty, I mean, they said that we're going to give him a not guilty. But normally, this is why mistrial exists, so you can go, hold on, trial scuffed, start over. His lordship would be fuming. Any unsightly rubbish would be disposed of promptly, as I said. The stinking rich are always guilty of something. You... Mark my words. Holy shit, why is this bench so sturdy? Shit. I feel terribly ashamed that I ever doubted the lovely gentleman who gave us the lovely park. Okay, all right, everybody. Now the proceedings have unfolded in this way. I am compelled to declare a premature end to this trial. Furthermore, the court must accept that the defendant's plea. Big round bow. I thank you kindly, my lord. I hereby pronounce the verdict to this court.
Objection.
Wow. But we haven't determined if the bloodstain in the omnibus is genuine or not. We don't know if the witnesses are telling the truth or a pack of lies. We have no idea about the truth. Lord Van Sykes.
My lord.
The case made by the prosecution was flawed, plain and simple.
Blah.
If indeed the omnibus presented as evidence was tampered with, the prosecution is at fault for allowing such a disgraceful perversion of justice to take place.
Jesus.
Never mind that it's your courtroom and you are in charge of it.
Blah. My sincerest apologies, my lord.
Just chucks the bottle at the judge.
Objection.
But wait! When we were evacuated from the courtroom, Lord Van Sykes ordered the evidence to be secured. I'm afraid the prosecution cannot shun responsibility in this matter. That's so unfair. The culpability of the defendant has not at present time been established by this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to proffer judgment.
What?
Is this another person who's just gonna fucking get away with it?
Well, Lord Van Sykes, it's been a pleasure, so it has. And as for you, my dear fella, I couldn't have asked for a better defense. Well, I mean, you probably could.
Do you mean to tell me that this has all been a grand waste of time?
'Tis the law of the land, my good man. If you'd like to pursue this matter further, you can always go ahead and try to change the law.
Blah. Magnus McGilded.
I'm gonna change your face. Good grief, you've more to say to have me. Yeah, you've more to say to me, have you?
Just one thing. A warning. This is far from over.
Can I have a game with Van Sykes as the protagonist?
Oh, that would be cool. Give me, because I know there's two Ace Attorney investigation games with Star Miles Edgeworth, though one of them isn't localized. But I would love the version of that with Van Sykes. Well, something to be looking forward to then. They're gonna go outside and have a stand battle. I hereby pronounce the defendant, Mr. Magnus McGilded, not guilty. Even though the jury is definitely leaning towards guilty.
This is such a Pyrrhic victory.
Fucking fireworks? What? Alright, I guess they can't be mad about Gina and her fucking smoke grenade launcher because they have fucking fireworks in here.
This is an upset.
Yeah, the people in the stands are very upset as well. They're feisty.
No, something is wrong.
Oh, I mean, like we said, this thing's definitely been scuffed. With the courtroom in pandemonium for the second time that day, the judge delivered his verdict. And my first ever trial in Great Britain came to an abrupt end. With the defendant being found not guilty, ostensibly a victory for us. But
So we can go back to
it
Lord
sucked.
Judge and be like, what the fuck?
Loading, not ending. More to say, have you?
18th of February. Oh, it's been like 4 hours. 5:14 p.m. The Old Bailey, defendant's antechamber.
Yeah, after the forced recess, we started at 1 on the dot.
That certainly was a long trial.
Yeah, it was.
Your first ever trial on foreign soil, and your first victory. It was a wonderful performance.
2-0, baby! Woo! Rinosuke is just like most defense attorneys and not bothered at all.
My heartfelt congratulations.
And to you, Mr. Sato, thank you for your assistance. We're just having like very sad congratulations. I suppose we should be happy. The trouble is, we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened.
Well, we didn't have enough time.
True facts. What were you going to say, Lucky?
I hope that's like a mechanic later that we actually get to investigate things before the fucking...
Yes.
Okay.
That's why they had that. This whole second case was an investigation. No, I don't know why they take so long to actually put them together. Maybe because the game has its own like pacing and characters to introduce. But normally in Ace Attorney, once you get outside of the tutorial, it's you spend the first chunk of the case investigating, going places, gathering your own evidence, interviewing people, and then you show to court and then bring it all together.
Okay.
And sometimes, I don't know if it is in Great Ace Attorney, but sometimes in games you even get multiple days at court, so you will investigate, do court, the judge will be like, nope, can't settle it today, go back and investigate, so you get multiple waves of gathering evidence and asking questions.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes that can get a little tedious depending on the game, but there's a lot more involvement to these cases. Anyway, Ryunosuke says, but isn't it wrong? I mean, who was actually responsible for Mr. Mason's death? We don't even know that.
The sole aim of the defense is to obtain a verdict that exonerates the defendant. You carried out your duty to perfection.
Aye, that you did. Mr. McGill did. And that girl is with him, too. Well, it seems the stories are true. Yeah, what stories? How about the 6 Honor's fireworks that you'll be letting off when there's a verdict of not guilty? I'm sure you just must have seen them now. Spectacular, wouldn't you say? Yeah, that was a little overblown, Chief. Yes, definitely. And it was a sight to behold, and to be sure, it was. And I've used a tank, I suppose, for having an opportunity to see it. I don't know about that. I'm not sure I really did anything. What are you saying, fella? How do you walk out there a free man, then? I don't think it was so much down to me as... thanks to me as down to your planning. You're a straight-talking fella, aren't you? I must say, you had me straight in the head there once or twice. But you're young and headstrong. 'Tis a water under the bridge, me boy. Me boy, oh.
Congratulations, Mr. McGilded, on having your name cleared.
But nothing's resolved. Also, no. The confetti and the fireworks are literal, which is weird. There's only one thing that matters to me. Oh? They've all seen that I didn't do that odious and abstinent deed. 'Tis grand, is it not? I suppose it is. Now the fine fellows of Scotland Yard can take matters in hand and sort out any wee details. They'll see it for what it is. They'll get to the truth. I have absolute faith in them, so I have. After all, I do be providing a good number of their wages with all the taxes I pay.
Maybe he's not.
Not that funny.
It is if you think he's maybe bribing some fucking people.
So then, are we agreed aforehand? 1,000 guineas for your trouble, fella. Watch, Ryunosuke's not going to take it. He's going to be like, no thanks, fam. Oh, no. I couldn't possibly accept that much. I'd be wished. You're humble people, are you from the East? And that is pretty true, usually.
Oh, we're about to get another one to the eye.
Well, if you insist. But have this. Still, all in all, you deserve a reward. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's paid us at least 4 guineas since we started. So we made cab fare, everybody.
Yeah, we can get a ride back to the Lord Justice and yell about this shit.
Mr. Magnus McGilded,
Ah, jeez.
everything is ready, sir. If you'd like to follow me into the courtroom.
Into the courtroom? What's this, officer? 'Tis sooner than I was led to believe.
I hope it's not inconvenient, sir. There were some changes to the schedule.
Schedule?
Well, I must be making tracks now. It's time for the inspection. Sorry, what inspection? We're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself.
You're going to examine it again? Now?
We literally only just resolved this today. Naturally, I'm under no obligation to take part in any more of this matter now.
Is he gonna like destroy it?
But as an upstanding member of Lund society, I do be doing my best to help wherever I can. Tis a gentleman's duty, so it is. So then, fare thee well. It was an absolute pleasure meeting yous. I hope you have a whale out of a time while you're studying here in Great Britain. And there he goes. A free man. Oh, I forgot she was here too.
Oh, that's right. She looks taller now.
Ah, whoa.
Whoa! Stop!
I think it's just the framing in the scene. God, they really like that animation.
Don't move.
Whereas I went to say, get a move on. She really does take forever to load that thing. Mrs. Strahd, would you mind putting that thing down?
You're a grown-up.
I'm sorry?
And I all grown-ups.
I mean, may I address you to my associate, my fully trained 16-year-old judicial assistant, Miss Susato? I have
who the
absolutely no
fuck?
idea who dialogue this is. Ah, there you are. Ah,
Whoa!
I'll do this one, just so Lucky doesn't have to keep doing that. Naughty, naughty, running off like that. That's a little too falsetto. I'll try to improve. Is this some kind of picnic? Who's this little girl now? I'm taking that with you as well. I was looking forward to a trial run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher.
Ha!
Oh shit,
Oh,
she's got a
shit.
bigger one! Oh, do you want to play? You won't beat me.
Oh, it is a flower fucking.
Excuse me, but whomst? Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine. The inventor?
Wait, does she invent stuff for Sholmes?
Well, normal smoke grenades are so dull, don't you agree? White, white, and more white. If you have to be shrouded in smoke, it can at least be a pretty color, I thought to myself. Do we have to be shrouded in smoke, though? At all? I just took my eyes off it for a moment whilst I was changing into a different omnibus, and she pinched it. Luckily, I fitted it with a telegraphic beacon.
What does that mean?
A what's it? I have no idea what this girl is talking about. Anyway, you're coming with me now, back to my laboratory.
What? What for?
To apologize, of course, silly, to my technician.
What? You mean, say sorry?
Sheila Strahd never says she's sorry, Governor. You must say you are sorry when you've done something wrong. Surely an adult has told you that before.
I love this girl's design.
An adult? I don't listen to no adults.
I love how, before Gina can even finish her line, this character just gets her gun. Come along then, follow me.
Fine. Have it your way.
Oh, good. You see, I knew you'd want to do the right thing in the end. I'm fairly sure that what she wants is not to get shot by that massive gun of yours. Gun! Cutsy. We'll be
He's
leaving
super
now then. Bye-bye. I'm so sorry for all the fuss. Toodaloo! Cheerio! Pip pip.
I feel they need head pets as well. How dare?
She was a lively one.
Well, do you think perhaps we would be on our way now, too?
Yes, you're right, but where to?
Oh.
We haven't had time to find a place to stay. No sooner had we arrived in London than we had to rush here. All our traveling cases are still with the bailiff. Damn, did we fucking luggage check the bailiff? Jeez.
I was originally planning to spend today in search of lodgings.
But it's 5 p.m. in February in London, so it is going to be cold and dark soon.
Let's go check up with the Lord Justice.
But at this late hour of the in the day, we may be out of luck.
Don't worry, though. I have a plan. If the worst comes to worst, I've heard of a lovely park where we could spend the night.
No, Susato. The hobo game is Fire Emblem 3 Hopes, where I spent a couple months in the woods. We are not staying in a park. Please tell me you're not thinking of the Gilded Park.
I know it may be a little chilly at this time of year, but our youthfulness will see us through.
What are you, Guy-sensei? I mean, she is good at taijutsu. I'm
Dynamic entry.
not so sure about that. I think a midwinter London night will freeze a young person solid just as easily as an elderly one.
Oh dear. That doesn't sound agreeable.
No, don't do the shiny eyes. You're gonna kill me. Now I'm starting to regret turning Mr. McGilded down. Yes, you should have taken the 1,000 guineas. And you should have gone to, what's the really good hospital not hospital, a hotel in London? Is the Ritz in London? Is there a Ritz London?
Back in 1900 London, I couldn't tell you.
There's a couple of famous, hotels from that time, but I don't know them off the top of my head. That wasn't when that 1,000 guineas would have paid for a lovely warm room or a mansion. And so, the trial to determine my worthiness for the study tour was over by the end of our first day in London. However, as we were soon to learn, there were more trying times ahead. Just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned, the case was far from over.
I'm looking up like historic London hotels, and man, some of these are fucking pretty.
Yeah. Oh, cutscene.
What's going on? Get the fire!
Yeah, he fucking burned it.
Bring water, quick! What the? How did this happen? I don't know, sir. By the time I got here, it was already engulfed. No one was supposed to be allowed in here before we started.
Yeah, no, he's fucking paying off some of fucking Scotland Yard.
Are you sure about that?
No. Oh, good God. There's someone in there.
Holy shit. Oh, he is jowly.
Look at that severe visage.
So, someone was trapped inside the burning omnibus, you say? Finn. The realm of the Reaper. Yes. How long have we been going? 3 hours? Okay, that's the end of a case. I mean, do we want to keep going?
Well, if you're okay with just use it, if we can cut it. If you use the save feature, we can cut whenever.
Yeah, we can cut whenever. Or, actually, we've done 3 cases. I said there's some extra story bits. Do we want to try the extra episode stuff? Or do we want to do the case of the clouded Kokoro? Chat, what do you think? You want to see some bonus stuff, or do you want to start a new case?
Clouded Kokoro. My heart.
Axe said to start the next case, but we'll see. Martha's bonus stuff, so we're kind of splitsies. What do you think, chat? Give me some more. Give me some more juice. 5 more hours. No. That will not do. It is 11:30 at night, my time, and it's already after dark. Lucky eventually has to go to sleep for work, and I can't do accents for forever. It seems like we're kind of splitsies.
I say we start the next case.
Okay. I was going to defer to your judgment. Let's fire it up. Investigation Part 1, The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro. All right, I just saved again. Let's keep going. Yeah, Cloud of Kokoro. Yes, let's start. Because we can save whenever. Oh, it's time for one of these intros, yes.
I begin to think, Wilson, said Sholmes, turning his head languidly in my direction, that there is more to this case than that which we have observed. Indeed, that there may be another part to this story that we are yet to discover. His eyes wandered, following the steam rising from his cup of herbal tea, leading him to the distant memory of that snowy evening.
Nisbet's been stabbed.
To the young lady collapsed on the pavement along Briar Road, and to the knife in her back. Lit in the soft glow of gas lamps, a most extraordinary scene had been set. And under the cover of a light fog, the curtain had risen silently on the insoluble mystery of our invisible killer.
Oh, we are back here.
The
This is the next day.
Oh,
19th
God, what did we
February.
do?
9:47 a.m. British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice Office.
Please tell me we talk about where we slept last night.
Did you sleep last night, Mr. Naruhodo?
No, not at all. Ow. I'm sneezing because it was cold.
It was an enormous hotel, wasn't it?
Oh, no, we stayed at a fancy hotel.
The rooms are so luxurious. I felt like we were staying in a palace.
Ryunosuke's next line will be, yeah, and they charge us like it was a palace, too.
With all the gaslights twinkling, it was brighter than the day, even in the middle of the night.
What about the enormous beds? After my time on the SS Buria, I wasn't gonna waste a single inch of that space. Just fucking Ryunosuke 4-point spread on the double-sized bed. I spent the entire night rolling from one side of the mattress to the other.
Yes, it really was the sort of night you can only dream of normally. Except, when I learned that we owed £3 for the rooms, that dream quickly turned into a nightmare.
Oops, sorry about that. The building was so impressive and the entrance so inviting, I just wandered in without thinking.
In a lodging house in Japan, that sum of money would put a roof over your head for a whole year. I did try, but I'm afraid I couldn't help my tears when we were presented with the bill.
Ugh, I really am sorry.
Well, never mind. We must find some more affordable lodging straight away, though. If we're not careful, our entire stipend will be used up in 10 days or less. Jesus.
Ugh, London is a scary place. Ah, this is gotta be Strongheart. Yeah, there you go.
Good morning to you at this early hour.
Oh, yes, well. Hey, how you doing?
Good morning to you, Lord Chief Justice. We have come to report on the outcome of the trial at the Old Bailey yesterday.
Susanoo-san is amazing. She doesn't bat an eyelid even in the presence of the imposing Lord Strongheart.
Yes, I believe you had a very comprehensive initiation into British courtroom practices.
Oh, yes, it was very eye-opening. Thank you.
And in accordance with your instructions, Lord Strongheart, Mr. Naruhodo performed his duty to the end.
Yes, I've already been appraised of events.
The crows told me.
And maybe a couple pigeons. I can't get rid of the fucking things.
Goddamn sky rats. Oh, well, at least they let me do this. And then he just jumps out of the clock face and the birds all grab it. He flies away, Mary Poppins style. Strongheart away!
You can conducted a remarkable defense. You may consider the test passed.
Oh. Woo.
No longer are you a student from the Empire of Japan. You may henceforth claim to be a fully fledged lawyer.
Bar exam? What's that?
I'm the fucking Lord Chief Justice. What I say goes.
That is probably true.
My country is delighted to welcome young talent from such a remote eastern land.
It is true. It did take us like 50 days to get here. 50 murder days. Thank you so very much. So we're lawyers.
Now, in view of your new appointment, I have a fresh case in mind for you. Shit.
I mean, but you just said I'm a certified lawyer. I didn't agree to be a public defender, buddy.
I'd like you to take it on at once. I trust that won't be a problem.
Another case already?
Nothing trains a lawyer better than practical experience. I'm sure I don't sense dissatisfaction, do I?
It's just that yesterday's trial ended unusually. I haven't quite come to terms with it.
What's to comes to term with? The man was cleared. What more were you hoping for? The truth! Justice! The British way!
Flashback, back to the shit we saw earlier, like 10 minutes ago. We're not doing that. More. Wow, we're just gonna replay the whole scene. And the jurors think this is fine. I just can't help wondering if Mr. McGilded really was innocent.
This is not a holdout.
It's just that I never managed to ascertain the truth. And then the trial ended. Yes, it's very fascinating. Anyway, I'm setting my watch, so you've got 10 seconds to get the fuck out of here.
Well, you needn't let it trouble you for a second longer. Second over. No more worrying.
Sorry? Beg pardon?
What do you mean, Lord Strongheart?
Magnus McGilded passed away immediately following the trial.
That bitch dead.
No.
He
What?
faked his fucking death.
Mr. McGilded is dead?
The birds! They're so pixelated!
I have 19 minutes and 41 seconds until my next engagement. Time enough to talk.
I just realized that he's got like a front lock on his hair that's like a blade out there. Okay,
Maybe it's supposed to be
converse.
like a hand.
I don't understand. What happened? How can he be dead?
After the trial concluded yesterday, there was a great commotion in the Old Bailey. As you presumably recall, an omnibus had been wheeled into the courtroom.
Yep, nope, I remember that. You really didn't need a flashback, Gabe.
We're flash bashing now. Fuck.
Yes, of course, that was the scene of the crime in which Mr. McGilded had been accused of.
Precisely. Well, while the bailiff's attention was diverted by some other matter, the omnibus went up in flames.
No.
How could such a thing have happened?
That is being investigated as we speak, but already the police have identified a corpse found inside the charge of the carriage as that of McGilded.
It's fake. It's fucking fake.
That's awful.
The man must have slipped inside whilst the bailiff's attention was elsewhere.
That bailiff really needs to pay more attention.
And how could that have happened?
That is also being investigated as we speak.
There's something fucking weird here, and I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Thinking back now. Immediately after the trial, Mr. McGilda did mention going back to look into the courtroom to look at the omnibus.
Flashback, back.
Listen, so there's only two possibilities. Either he was trying to cover up something and got fucking burnt alive, or he just fucking faked his death. Either way, something really weird's fucking going on here, and I don't like it.
Yeah. Though I would say we can probably say that it wasn't, somebody earlier I think suggested it was the two witnesses. There was only one corpse, so...
An inspection of the omnibus. Not to my knowledge. I don't believe Scotland Yard had any intention of re-examining the carriage.
Okay. But then, who was Mr. McGilda talking about? I would have said what, but who works okay.
Never mind that now. The Yard is making a thorough investigation.
Like they investigated this in the first place.
This matter is no longer any concern of yours. Leave it to the police. But the fucking bungling, mate!
Bungled it!
Or Mr. McGilda.
No, Susato-san, I think you mean rich Mr. McGilda.
Lord Chief Justice, your courtroom is a fucking kangaroo.
So, how did you find your first taste of our country's Supreme Court?
There was a lot more fire than I thought there'd be. No joking, not even about the omnibus, but the great balls of fire, the flaming scales, the fireworks. Everything's a fire hazard. Didn't the city burn down once already? Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, it was, wow. Woo.
Mr. Naruhodo means that the whole experience was steeped in the solemnity of Great Britain's long history.
Thank you, Susato.
It is really a world apart from our own judicial system in Japan, which only is a few short decades old.
God, can we just go back to...
Such a way with words.
I want to go back to fucking the days of the magistrate and just be like, fuck that dude, he did it. Make him cut off his head. We done. I out.
Your Honor, Mr. Hell Judge, I sayeth this man did it. And since I carry a sword, clearly I'm the biggest authority in the room. Nope, you're right. You've got the sword. He's just a scrub. Kill him.
And you have seemed to have a way of failing to find the right ones.
Susato, stop reading my mind. Parentheses means internal thought.
The judicial system here is the most advanced in the world. Learn all you can.
That means it has the most parts to fucking break down in moments of crisis.
I mean, in this case, advanced just means that they've had the most practice. The most
the most-
advanced in the world it is it?
It was fortunate
Son.
that your very first trial was a simple affair.
Okay.
Buddy, simple?
We were there for like a whole day. There was a smoke attack. We had to pull in...
I believe we
random
were there from 10 to 5. There was a forced recess because we were smoked out. There was suspicion of evidence tampering. The fucking we had multiple cases of witnesses who were very close to being perjured. And we caught our last witness in the stands when she did the aforementioned smoke bombing. We had to invoke a, 100-year-old proceeding so we didn't get fucking steamrolled in the first 5 minutes.
Oh, thank you, Susato.
Simple? That was simple?
As I believe best I mentioned yesterday morning, it was a trial you couldn't lose.
Lord Chief Justice, are you in on something?
Lord Chief Justice, are you an elected official? Is your campaign perhaps funded by McGilded Industries? Does the corporate lobby exist yet?
I don't mean to be contrary, Lord Strongar, but the case was anything but simple.
Tick, 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 tock, tick, tock. Ha ha ha, I love clocks. The circumstances of the case were so incriminating, I was stunned when I first heard them. In fact...
No,
oh,
that's
sorry.
me. Inosuke.
Sorry.
In fact, I'm still finding it hard to believe you managed to get a favorable verdict.
Tick, tock, Clocks.
Is something funny?
No, my apologies. However, the fact is that you did receive the not guilty verdict you set out to achieve.
Oh.
And that can only be attributed to exceptional talent, wouldn't you agree?
I see Lord Strongheart is not used to dealing with Japanese people.
Listen, humbleness is our blood.
Yeah, the very Japanese response there is, oh, no, it was nothing special. Well, see, exactly. I don't know about that, Embarrassed rub back of head.
Bow. Tick tock, you're on my clock.
My stick is also a clock.
Well, never mind.
My cravat is a clock, too. Do you like it? He's got like a little grandfather clock thing around his neck.
He does. You exceeded my expectations, I freely admit. That much is at least an undeniable truth. Which is precisely why I have prepared the new case for you that I mentioned before.
What the fuck is happening here? What was he gonna say before? Alright, tell me about the new case. I do need more money because we're gonna fucking run out.
Could you perhaps give us some more details on the new case you mentioned?
Don't tell me it's a murder and the trial starts in 10 minutes. Damn, Ryunosuke, you've been doing this for 3 cases and you already know how this fucking game series works.
Gated as fuck. Don't worry, it's something it's nothing so alarming or quite so urgent as your last assignment. In fact, this case is completely different.
It's still a murder, though, I bet.
It's family law, actually. I'm getting divorced. I need a good lawyer. Oh, I see. Did he just read my mind?
That is to say, no one has died. As yet.
Yet.
And the trial will not be today. There will be plenty of time to research the case thoroughly.
Woo! Thank God.
"23 hours, 43 minutes, and 19 seconds to be precise."
Your lordship, that's actually not long to investigate at all. That's 1 day. Normally, the build-up for this is like weeks or months. So the trial's tomorrow, then. Mendoxe?
Is everything all right?
Oh, yes. I'm just a little confused, that's all. Yesterday's trial was, woo! Wondering if I'm really cut out to be a lawyer, you know?
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo.
Listen, I keep getting these back-to-back urgent cases that have very little prepared time. Do normal lawyers do this?
Fuck no. I mean, in Ace Attorney, yes, but no, not... God, no. People, if you've ever, like, followed a trial, like, on TV when there's been a big case, you'll notice that usually it's, like, somebody gets busted, and then 6 months from then, the case goes to trial. Like, there is a very, very long system and setup to all this, but obviously that would be... 6 months would be a little too slow-paced for a game like this. But they could give us a little more to work with.
Ah, yes, I nearly forgot. There is one similarity with yesterday's case.
Is the prosecutor Van Zykes?
Yep.
Once
No.
again, there's current... Oh, fuck.
Why?
God damn it.
Are you just giving me all the shit cases that no one else wants to work for?
I mean, that is what a public defender is, so... There's no way to advocate for the defense, so get wrecked, nerd. Oh.
If the situation remains unchanged, the trial will start tomorrow with the defendant unrepresented. And if that happens, I need not remind you of the inevitable outcome.
Nobody's dead yet, so it's not the gallows, but, you know. Just gonna throw him in jail forever.
A most terrible end awaits the defendant.
Yes, that's right.
Ah, here we go again. Oh shit, here we go again.
Your time is up. You'll have to excuse me. Tick
Dude,
tock.
that was like
I'm
10
on the clock.
minutes.
I would have advised you to make your preparations for tomorrow's trial. After all, the clocks are ever ticking. There is now but 23 hours, 26 minutes, and 39 seconds until the court sits.
Last time he mentioned 23 hours, he said there was plenty of time.
And one more thing, Mr. Naruhodo. There is something I should like to ask you.
Oh, what's that?
Yesterday, you remarked upon something that you intend to see through the will of your late compatriot, Mr. Asogi.
Ah,
We're jamming.
I would be interested to hear what exactly by you mean by that. Inside 34 seconds.
Clearly, I was meant to take the sword and cut you down for this weird-ass justice system you have.
Well, Cosmo always used to say, you see, that he wanted to learn how the greatest justice system in the world worked so he could change ours in Japan. Now that he's gone, I'd like to work towards that myself. And there's another thing.
Another thing. Continue.
Sorry, I had to cough away from the mic. On the way here, on the steamship, he said something to me. There's something very important I have to do.
Something very important. And what exactly would that be?
Overthrowing the establishment. I forgot how to say establishment there for a second.
He never had the chance to tell me. I suppose he would have been.
You're out of time. Well, thank you again for an enlightening discussion.
Mr. Naruhodo, what's this all about? Mr. Asogi never once mentioned anything of that sort to me.
Listen, we shared a room together for several weeks together. We were very close. Just slowly lean in. Very close.
I urge you to both focus your attentions on the matter at hand.
Whoa!
I've taken the liberty of summoning the police inspector in charge of the case.
Does he literally have...
Yeah, he's got the fish and chips.
Oh, this is why you're making fish and chip jokes.
Yes, the chips.
He'll be able to appraise you of the details.
How long has he been standing there? And how long has he had fish and chips? I haven't eaten breakfast yet.
So, I wish you the best of luck and bid you farewell.
Just T-poses and the birds take him away.
There's something very important that I have to do. Kazuma-sama, what did you mean?
I wish I knew, but honestly, he never told me. Anyway, we better talk to the detective, don't you think?
Yes, you're right.
I hope I'm just imagining it, but I wouldn't say he looks pleased to see us at all. And
Oh,
now-
I thought those fish and chips were in his fucking front pocket or something by the way he was holding them.
Nah, he's just got a big
Actually,
old
before
foot.
we get too involved... Oh.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
I'm about to say before we get too involved, it might be a good time to call it quits. Wow, that's just infinite.
Yeah, no, I love it. Just. I mean, yeah, we can save it right on this dialogue before we start.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a little book in his hat. I was wondering earlier. I couldn't remember if it was he's got his little notebook or if it looked kind of like a chocolate bar from the distance. But no, fish and chips, mustache. But okay, yes, we've crossed the threshold, I believe. Yeah, just hit 330. Oh. Records save. So we got a little bit of that was mostly recap of the previous case, so that was good anyway. So let's
This
go
whole
ahead and drop save.
British justice system is sus.
Everything about this is sus.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
No, sir, I don't like it.
How the fuck do I even do accents? I have no idea.
Yeah, sure, we'll save before we return to the title screen, just to be safe. We'll double
I
save
feel like
it.
I need to take notes on characters and how I want to do them. Like Van Sykes, low but breathy, drawn out slightly.
Well, we've changed the title screen again, slightly. So, just to show everybody what I'm talking about with the special contents. That's the gallery, I think? No, it's escapades, that's right. Short extra episodes, so... We've got a few of these, but obviously some of these will be future spoilers, but, you know... they go back to a couple of things that we could talk about after we've done the case. So we could probably poke in on, you know, like one or two, maybe next time or some other time whenever we have time to kill.
Okay.
Also, technically, there are costumes. We could be steampunk, but only in game 2.
Oh,
Be
cool.
Very steampunk. And then Sholmes does the reverse. Look at this motherfucker. But that's only when we actually get to Great Ace Attorney 2 is they do the costumes. But yes, there you go. That has been our Great Ace Attorney stuff. Yeah, I think the escapades may have been in the original like Japanese DLC or whatever. Yeah, her. It's not a spoiler to say her name is Iris. We'll discuss more later. It's kind of funny how they don't give her name at all, but she's just gone. But we'll see her again because she's in the title splash screen. Also, I mean, I think everybody picked up on the aesthetic that she's got the same shit as Holmes does, or Sholmes, I should say. Don't want to get sued. Ugh. But yes, thank you so much for tuning in to our Great Ace Attorney stream. We've hit another 3.5 hours. There was actually only one to be continued in case 3, so that was kind of unusual.
It was still 6 fucking hours.
Yeah, it was a fucker. 6.5 technically, I think, because we started it right away and we went for like a little over 3.5 last time. And now, admittedly, that was as we found out, that was just before the break, but it was a good break anyway because damn, dude, Sam. I'm once again, I'm a little, you know, sweaty in my seat. That was very intense at the end there, and we still have so many unanswered questions. Wheels within wheels, mysteries within mysteries. I did mention that earlier, as X said, you know, the game is building up to something. This game definitely feels like it has a through line. That is a complaint a lot of people have about other Ace Attorney games, is that a decent number of the cases per game are kind of like, they feel like filler. They're not necessarily directed to whatever the like final case big plot is. Sometimes there's like character moments or beats that are important, but usually there's at least like one case per game that's kind of just like whatever. It's not teaching you anything, but it's not like really doing anything new. I don't think Great Ace Attorney has any of those. Like every case we've done so far, and I think the ones we'll do in the future, has something to build off of. Like, we're gonna, you know, introduce a new character, or we're gonna, like, you know, run through a new mechanic, or we're going to, like, build off previous characters. Like, obviously, this one starts right up with, like, us rolling up to Strongheart and being like, yo, that last case fucking sucked. And then he's like, too bad. But yeah,
Something's weird here. I'm like,
he's like, well, doesn't matter, clock's ticking. And I'm like, shit, he's right, fuck. You guys are gonna give me a day to prep. But, yeah, that's where we'll leave off for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be back next week with more Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. If you haven't already, make sure to go back and check out this week's What's Up. That went on for a while, and Lucky played through some of the early maps of Three Hopes, so you can get your read on some of our Three Hopes jokes there. And, go back and watch Let's Talk FGO as well. Also, like I said, again, it's 8 episodes. If you got the Netflix, heartily recommend Iron Chef Legends. That was a great way to kill a few hours while also beating up 5 million dudes in 3 hopes. But, all right, that'll wrap up tonight. We will see you next time. Good night, everybody. Don't forget to like, down, and subscribe.
See you next time.
Next time, I'll get to bust out my police officer voice. All right, what's all this then?